Oh, I'm already starting at 40 FPS. Let's
Okay,
go.
let's raise it, raise the buffer a bit.
Okay, looks like with
Let's
12
go
I'm okay.
to 10 at least.
I'm at 12, and I think I'm fine with 12, so.
All right,
Okay,
I'll do minimum of 12 then.
we seem to smooth. Okay, 12's fine. 12's fine.
All right,
Yep,
we're leaving
and
with
I'm
12.
Any
just
higher
gonna
than 12, and I
make
probably shouldn't
sure.
allow this.
Yeah, well,
um,
hold on. Just get to the game itself. Oh my goodness, where? Yeah, apparently my game does not want to actually show up on anywhere. That's cool. Uh, this tag, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, what was endless?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm just gonna try to see if it will show up at all. Unbelievably, my dolphin is not. Oh, what? Never mind. Got it. Okay. Alright, that would have
Alright,
that
cool.
could have been bad.
Let's do it.
Let me
All right.
take a second here. I'm just gonna transform stretch, and then I'll be able to start. And I'll just check my overlay version. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, I'm gonna stream on my end too. Just give me a quick second. I'm just gonna fix the
Awesome.
mic setting.
Okay, we're live. Let's see.
Ooh.
Okay, Goblinoid's muted. That's fine. Okay, and that brings us to 3 commentator suite. So, all right, we're here with
Nice.
the custom Robo Tierlist battle. I've got Money for Nothing,
Yes, welcome one and all.
Bananiel, and myself here in the commentary booth, and we're getting ready with our first match. We got Rig Jason versus Not King. It's gonna be a first to 5.
Gonna be a good start. Looks like we're gonna have some really fun robot fighting today.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Gotta love the hype action that Custom Robo provides.
Now, I haven't watched Rig Jason or Not King D in a while, so what can we expect in terms of playstyle? Do you guys have any insight on it?
I'm not sure. I've played Rigged a few times. I believe he uses he's a fan of the Little Raider Gravity builds.
Ooh.
He's explored that a bit. You know, we have seen that be viable with players like Kabuto, but you know, we'll have to see what he pulls out. Not King, I believe I played him once in tournament. I don't actually remember what he uses, so I guess anything could happen in this one, really.
All right, well, it's exciting. So, for any viewers out there who aren't exactly sure what's going on, we have five matches going on today. The first two are first to 5 wins. That's with unranked players. Then our third, I believe it's the third and fourth fight are first to 7, and the final fight is first to 10.
Correct.
And the event is scaled such that you're starting with the lower ranked or unranked players and then ending off with the big finish with 2 of our best players in the community, specifically Zach and Reality, the
Correct.
respective numbers 1 and number 4 from the 2020 ranks.
Wow.
Most notably Zach,
Wow.
because on the tier list, Zach is in a tier of his own. We have it titled the Hero's Dad tier. So anyone who challenges him to a set has to play in a first to 10, because that's
is,
just how high
So
ranked
that's definitely
he is.
gonna be the hype match. Absolutely. That's the main card.
event.
Consider that yeah. Alright, looks like we're getting into customization now, and we're gonna see exactly
It looks
what robots
It
are
looks
gonna
like
be
they did
using.
not turn on illegal parts. They should
Oh, no.
turn on illegal parts. Yeah, so we might be a little bit delayed because some of the illegal parts are actually legal for the purposes.
Gotcha.
Okay, good to know
most
because I was not entirely sure if it was
Options,
already on or
legal
not.
parts on. You can turn Rumble off. It doesn't really matter.
I like Rumble.
Yeah, Rumbles.
Legal parts were on the whole time, guys. You didn't see anything. Don't worry about it.
Nope, forget my stream didn't show anything like legal parts off, you know, because for
Oh, yeah,
reasons, right, guys?
For those who don't
I'm not
know,
an actual commentator. I'm not really technically supposed to be commentating, but There you go. I'm here. I'm one of the competitors. Hello. I'm also
Hello,
streaming
Rick.
on my channel, so if you want to check out my custom skin of
Oh,
my
no. We got a
favorites.
desync.
Oh wait, what?
Is Rigged using
You
the
do?
latest version of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Really? Because it doesn't look desynced on my end.
It seems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right
seems,
now,
seems
both
fine.
of them are going through part selection. Let's just see if it's really problematic in the first game. If it's
Correct.
obviously
Correct. We may be fine. Hopefully, we're fine.
It looks like we have a Shrike coming out. That's going to be a lot of movement. That's going to be a character that's very, very based on moving around the map and making positioning themselves so they can get better attacking points and angles throughout the field.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
The Little
And
Raiders are designed.
because we're playing
to
a
be...
patched version of Custom Robo, the Little Raider class in general got significantly better after the balance patch, most notably in their defense.
Ooh, okay.
Shrike was already the most defensive of Little Raiders, and the defensive buff means that Shrike, against a lot of the weaker guns in the game, is not a one-hit down. It's very frequently a two-hit down, and Shrike can even tank a single bomb hit a lot of the time.
That'll make a big difference. In the base game, most of the Little Raiders, as soon as they got hit with anything, they go down like a sack of potatoes. So being able to have just
Yeah,
a
exactly.
little bit of extra time to escape or reposition will make a huge difference in regards to damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
that was,
Over a couple of
that
years of
was,
competition, we found that Little Raiders weren't super viable, and that the one hit down against most things was just too big of a liability for their
Yeah.
playstyle. So Goblin buffed their defensive stats a little bit. In fact, their defenses got buffed enough that you can actually run Shrike Acrobat, and it isn't a
Wow.
completely
Yes, it
worthless
created
build. You can
an
actually acrobat
entire
something
archetype
Shrike
off that.
That's
didn't
yeah,
exist.
that's a lot of movement.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
So
something.
then-
and like
It's something. I may be using it myself today. We'll see.
now looking at these other builds here, maybe the most improved Robo class from the bounce patch in general is the Shining Fighters. Shining Fighters before were just like mediocre or a little
It's
below
very
average at
generic, I
everything.
felt. Yeah.
Yeah, Faffy.
Yeah,
Faffy's in
now
chat.
that
No, we're
they're,
not. We're not banning anything today. We're just gonna let it rock.
A lot of Shining Fighters after patch is considered being maybe slightly above average at everything. They have playstyle that is a little more similar to a Trick Flyer in terms of their air dashes, but they also have the good ground mobility and better base stats, but they trade off the air mobility of the Trick Flyer.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting match here. So we have a little fighter and an aerial beauty going up against a shining fighter, and I can never remember what the giant beefy boys are called, but one of those beefy boys.
Metal
the
Grappler.
Metal grappler.
Ooh.
Thank you.
We got
Okay, Ooh, an
Is this
early down.
we got some fast gravity aggression right out the gate.
Yes.
They haven't even touched 3/4 of this map right now. They're just keeping it pretty close to first.
No, this is very
Absolutely.
close quarters, which
Yeah.
does not favor not King.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The quick movement of the smaller
That
bot's going to make it a lot
collision
Great
from
easier.
Splendor
Ooh.
is pretty wild, though.
Familiar with that attack.
Actually,
Should
are we
be.
sure this is not decent? This might be it.
This might be decent.
Yeah, because this game.
That would explain the close quarters.
Yeah, I
this
mean-
is a desync. This is a desync.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think that I don't think that Rick Jason is moving in a fashion that reflects
Yeah.
cognitive
Well,
play.
I don't know. He
Play.
just switched out his robot the last second, so
He did.
maybe
okay.
he's just not prepared for gravity. I don't know.
That could be. Defensive or not, the middle
Yeah,
I
he
haven't
did. He
seen
did
that
almost
robot
kill
in a
Rick's
while.
robot there, so we shouldn't count him out yet.
God, that was such an absurd
Oh,
charge
goodness.
at work. It was
I hadn't seen that.
oh,
yet.
my.
God, brutal
Oh,
that's,
fatality, murder.
Oh my
That's kind of
god!
decent now. That's
Launched
something.
across the map.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Ooh, the approach.
It didn't look like a desync on my end. That's actually me who's the Seeker. Shrike. Wait, was
okay.
the Shrike the one that was almost dying?
Oh.
No, it was his blade build.
Oh no, God, I was purposely playing close quarters on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it makes sense. I think that the close quarters fight in that matchup favors you.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I don't think it was a
All right.
desync. I'll check with Not King to make sure it wasn't a desync, but didn't look like it.
Yeah, let's talk to Not King.
Let's double check
We'll
on
see if that was a desync.
Either way, we got our first KO of the day, which is a great way to get things started.
That first game was a really scrappy
He said
one.
I'm still.
It was.
Lot-
It was.
Okay,
was
he
absolutely-
desynced. He said
It
he's
was
still
decent.
in game.
Okay.
That's a desync.
Yeah. One thing that kind of
Sync.
like signaled to me that was a desync was that Knocking D seemed to be mashing the X button an awful lot
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
positions where it didn't really make sense to do so.
So let's go ahead and have Rig close game.
Yeah,
Try
time to do
start it
that
up
then.
again. If not, we may have to reset the room. We'll see.
Cool.
One moment, guys, while we get things all set up and prepared. Hopefully, we can solve that desync issue and get stuff running properly.
There is stuff we can still learn from the gameplay that we saw, even though it wasn't truly a game.
True.
I think we take away that Rig Jason's out the gate plan is just to approach and get through to the Splendor. Try to Gravity is a really good gun because it's actually kind of tracks like a pod in a way, which means it catches jumps.
Yeah, Faffy, we're not counting that one. It's still 0-0.
That one counted. If they wanted to win, they shouldn't have desynced. That's...
I mean, in my defense, I won. Partly, I guess. I don't know.
He won because he desynced. Oh, he
Hey,
left the room.
Luck is a factor in every battle, guys.
30-minute
That is
intermission.
that is true.
Hopefully it won't be quite that long.
Yes, hopefully we can get this up and running very
Yeah.
shortly. That's the thing when you're running tournaments for old games and you have to modify things a little bit. Sometimes things don't work out perfectly, but
This is true.
we have the ingenuity
Yeah.
of the human spirit on our side.
And the people who
Oh, we
made
got a
Dolphin.
version from D. Okay,
Yes.
it should be the right version then.
It would be the right version because I got it too from Day anyway.
Looks like Zach is doing some micromanaging or checking up on people in the tourney chat, make sure that the software is all compatible and whatnot.
Yeah.
Doing
Shout
the
out to
whole
Zach for
diagnostics.
Just being a great TO.
Yes.
And D5 drop down.
That was a great first match for me. Like, if you would have seen I guess what it looked like on my side, you definitely would have seen it like a really nice match for me. Well, that's
You know, it's
unfortunate how
nice
that.
that like the first match of the day is all about the aggressive and the punchy stuff.
Goodness, Faffy.
Yeah, it gets things started with fire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, come out the
If
gate
only there
swinging.
was. If only it wasn't desynced, so it would be a little more hype.
Yeah, it would be a bit more
Yeah.
high, but hopefully we'll get this resolved in no time flat, and we'll be able to get things started properly.
Yes. So it looks like we're still waiting for Not Kinged to confirm.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Not King is just doing like software checks or like
Faffy being a
product
toxic
checks.
Twitch shadow by himself.
Oh,
That's
well,
great.
he says he might have figured
Oh.
out the issue.
Oh, good.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, booted from the wrong
Oh, yeah,
directory.
yeah,
Ah.
that's a-
okay.
That's a common
Okay,
error.
cool.
It's a common error.
Common error indeed. Alright, let's just get him back in the room, and
I'm-
hopefully I won't crash when we try to start it up.
I want some
I'm going
religious
to
evangelizing.
Resend the room code. Make sure
And the
it's,
Lord said, "Let there be robos."
Let there be
Alright.
mechs.
Okay.
Reawaken the
So,
mechs.
All right, I'm starting it
I
up
crashed.
again. It looks
Hang on,
like
close the
all
game.
controller ports.
Oh, wait. Oh,
me
he
rejoin.
crashed. Right.
Is the game closed?
All right, guys. It
Yeah,
looks like
I
we're
closed
started
it.
up. It
Okay,
seems
I'm
as
back
though
in.
the issues that were being faced are
Who snuck
being
in?
remedied
Oh,
as
someone
we speak.
someone
so...
snuck in. That second King Lord Beerus is
Uh,
not me.
There's two.
Could it be just like two dolphin 5.9s? Because once I had two of the same dolphin window open. I have no idea why, but sometimes it can happen like that.
No, that's
That's-
definitely Goblinoid pretending to be me.
Oh,
There is an imposter.
among us.
I am
Among-
No, it's
definitely
not.
taking the imposter off ports. So
I'm not.
Wait, but which one is the real one?
I'm pretty sure that the one that was here first is the real one.
Yeah.
Will the real King Lord Beers please stand up?
I'm in. I'm in here. Okay, so
Okay.
get me off ports and we
God.
can start.
Excellent. We
Oh
looks
wait,
like
is
we're
the
gonna be
current
getting things
is the
started up
current
here
beer?
again in just a few minutes.
A proper
Thank you for your
startup.
patience, y'all.
Hey, D's here. What's up, D?
Don't forget to turn on illegal parts. For those of
Yes.
you that don't
One I
know,
need to make sure I don't
we were
forget this
Yeah.
time.
troubleshooting. Not King had the wrong directory, so we're about to start the first match. So technically, you didn't miss anything. Good timing.
Yeah, you just missed my domination of the match, but that's only on my side.
Faffy, please.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know the storyline behind illegal parts, as far as the game's concerned, they are parts created that are they tend to be a little bit stronger, but thanks to the wonderful balancing that y'all have done, they've made them usable, I believe, right?
Some of them are actually
In a,
pretty weak
Yes.
to begin with.
Yes.
True,
The
true.
the bomb Rahu uses, ironically, is actually a very
Yes.
bad bomb on anything but Rahu. See, Rahu 3, it can tank the blast and only take like 8 damage for it or something. So it doesn't really matter if you hit yourself, but on normal robos, you're going to be oftentimes hitting yourself for 100 damage with your own bomb. So it's not
That's
actually a
definitely
good
not
choice.
worth it.
No.
So yeah, the illegal parts are some of them are obviously double-edged swords. Others are pretty strong, and some of them are legal in tournament play. So we might see them being used.
I think probably the
Unlikely.
most common illegal part in tournament play is Raven. Raven legs really define the metagame for aerial beauties, and they're not uncommon to be seen on like metal grapplers as well. Just to give them like more burst movement.
A little
Having
bit
a
more mobility.
grappler with burst movement is really nice.
Yeah, grapplers are true. I mean, that's their archetype, slow, heavy hitters. So being able to give them a little boost of movement speed will definitely make them much more efficient in getting up in your face.
Yeah.
Are
Alright,
we
so
are we
you
all
ready
ready?
for me to start?
We can get started.
I mean, I'm ready. I just don't know why the game hasn't started yet.
I think Money has to start
Alright,
it because it's his room. There we
I'm
go.
gonna start. I wasn't sure that everyone was ready, so I was just waiting a little bit. But
No
we're
worries.
all
No
ready
worries.
now.
We're good.
We're booting it up. Why is the
And there's that lovely Nintendo logo. We're in, folks.
Yes. And once again, I have
We're
to change the
in.
properties on my side of the stream.
Alrighty, just one more second. We should
Yep,
be
just
good.
That's right,
Isn't-
ladies and gentlemen. There is no memory card in slot A.
oh no, what are we going to do?
apart. Oh no.
And we're back from our commercial break. Thanks for being
Yes.
so patient.
Yeah, that no memory card thing is not a problem. It's required to play the game with unlock everything cheats on instead of saves because basically you can either use cheats or have the exact same save, and using cheats is easier.
Wait, I think
Yeah.
Not King is player 1, I think.
Is he? Okay.
Nope.
think so.
Rig Jason is player 1.
Okay, well, for some reason I'm... Oh, okay, there it is. It just really slowed down for a second.
Ooh.
Well,
Lieutenant
currently our
PS Robo.
FPS is
Yeah, the
actually
FPS is
bugged,
bad too,
so-
but you also need to turn
Oh,
on
yeah.
Aegis.
The one thing I
Wait,
obviously
nope.
always forget, because I always just assume it's on.
There we go.
Nope, that's one of the
Alrighty, illegal.
downsides of not using saves. Is you have to turn that on every time you play.
Yep.
Would the FPS issue be resolved if I raise the buffer even more? We're already at 12.
We can try.
It was fine the first time for me
It
for some
was.
reason.
How about we just do a button check? Let's just do a quick button check, see if it.
Let's.
it's
Yeah,
unplayable.
that sounds good.
Solid plan.
And now I'm at like 45, so I mean that's
Don't worry, guys. Rigged is
that's better.
Wait, Not King D says he
for
doesn't have the
Montreal.
AR
This is
code
why
in?
we're having.
Wait,
Oh, wait,
Not King
that's
doesn't
not a
have the
lot
what?
better. If you look at the tourney chat, it looks like Not King doesn't have the AR code. However, the FPS just randomly got a lot better, so you can just play it.
Okay. Wait, but then if he doesn't have the AR card, that would cause the desync.
Correct.
Well, it
We haven't
would cause a
desynced yet,
desync,
so just
but
let's click basic.
yeah, I
Let's
feel
go
like
for
if
it.
we haven't desynced yet, it's probably fine.
It's not a
There it
problem
is.
until it becomes
There
a
it is.
problem.
There's the desync. Okay. Go get him the code.
Ah,
Go get him the
big
code.
sad.
All right.
I'm gonna
We
go
are
ahead and
building
close mine out
out
because I know it's
again.
gonna crash, and I'll just rejoin.
Yeah, I
At
already
this point,
closed mine.
I might just open up a new room and give you all
Yeah,
guys
go
a new
for it.
code.
Go for
Might
it.
as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just refresh.
All right, guys, one more time from the
Got
top.
to do it like Daft Punk guys. If you don't do it one more
Exactly.
time, have you done it enough times?
Exactly.
That is truly the the way to think about it. I might as well just take over as third commentator while I play as well. Just like shout out every move, like, oh god, bomb, pod,
Oh goodness.
dash attack, running to you. And that reminds me of like the one what is a highlight I saw, right? What basically happened was there was a guy who was playing Ike, and he would literally shout every time he did a move, and he didn't win, but he got to like final stock, which is just kind of hilarious, just because it's like the like how do you win like mind games, I suppose. Like
There's a really famous clip of a Smash tournament one time where it was back in the Brawl days where I think it was like a Pikachu versus an Ice Climbers or something, and the Pikachu player was like just like start screaming their head off every single time the Ice Climbers try to do a chain grab because the chain
Mike
grab was really hard
Hayes.
to do in
No, no,
that
no.
game.
I'm talking about something
Oh,
completely different where like the guy was literally shouting the moves basically he was pulling out. Literally only when he was doing an
oh,
attack.
I thought only cosplayers did that. Honestly, no, that's funny. That was funny.
Okay, so who doesn't have the AR codes yet? Okay, Zach just posted it.
Wait.
Whoever needs it, grab it. Put it in
And
your dolphin.
I
Let's see.
I put the new room code in the chat. Tagged all y'all. So that should. Uh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
ready.
see.
that's
Okay,
it.
coming.
All right,
Uh,
we're getting things started up one more time. Hopefully, all those little kinks have been worked out
It's
now,
always
and we
the
can
newcomers.
get some
Hopefully.
matches started.
Yeah,
That would be
that's
nice.
It's
the
always the
plan.
faffies, always stirring up trouble.
Alright guys, I got one viewer in my stream. Shoutouts to that one viewer.
Let's go, viewer.
Yay!
Let's
Hey,
go.
you random citizen, we love you.
Hopefully he was there before, like, during my thing, so he could see the hype. But,
All right, I'm in. Just being money right now. You raise my
Yeah,
buffer to
eh.
20.
wait, actually, where is the code? I don't see the code.
It's in
Oh,
tourney.
wait. There it
He
is.
pinged all four of us.
250.
It's a Zach's long message. Yeah. That's
No, not the AR
Here,
codes. Oh, the
forward.
connect codes.
the connect code. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll just post it again.
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, you good? Okay.
I'm in. I guess, yeah, just post it again for money. Or,
Okay. And you got the code now rigged?
yeah, I'm in. So, I just gotta be put on port, and then raise my buffer to, like, 50, just to be on the safe side.
Let's start with 12. Start with 12
mean,
and we'll go from
I'm
there.
gonna do minimum buff for 12.
Yeah,
I think 12 should be fine.
I'll
can
keep
set yours
myself
down
at
default,
15,
Rick.
because I know the
We'll go
last time
from
it
there.
worked better when I was at 15.
Okay, fair enough then.
I can reduce my buffer if I need to.
All right. It looks like everyone that we need in the lobby is in. We got myself and
Yes.
Beerus on commentary, Rig Jason and Not King D on ports. I'm gonna start it.
Cool.
Excelente.
And I'm gonna also start
Alright.
my
Good to go.
thing again. Yeah, pretty much.
Let's do it.
There we go. Okay, the match looks like it's going to be starting shortly. We got the game started up. We're definitely going to turn on illegal parts because we know now forever. We'll never forget that again.
Hopefully, if I don't forget myself. The
Y'all
plan
want
is
to,
like don't forget.
There's no forgetting.
We
There's
gotta
just
enable those Raymond runners and
misremembering.
those waiting
Yes.
arc spammers.
Yes, and don't forget, guys, there is no memory card in slot A.
Or
Never
B.
forget. Or B. Yeah, it's true.
Or theme.
All right, the
Guys,
illegal
do you
parts
know
are
about
on
the
and we're
secret
gonna get
secret C?
Slot C memory card. Ooh.
This is
Okay, they
out of all
appear
of
to
our
be what we call gentlementing the basics. We normally have a stage striking system,
out of all of our
but I
stat
guess they're not
attempts, this
Oh, yeah,
familiar
appears
with
we
to
it.
be
agreed
the
to,
best attempt so far.
Dave's stupid rule thing of, well, without losing any matches, of just going basic first.
Okay, so we got the Splendor, we got the Shrike. Probably going to see the Metal Ox and the Seeker as well.
3
Yeah,
minutes
I
in
think
and
they're
we
just
are
good
finally
judgments the
starting.
same build
Hey,
as
whoa,
before.
27 minutes in, Zach. Take it easy.
Now hold on a second. How come
Yeah.
no one's using the can stuff? Those are the best. Those are the best items in the game.
You know
You
what?
joke.
You might be surprised.
You joke,
Can is
but
like
can bomb is actually
like-
one of the highest damaging bombs in the game. It's very slow and has a small blast, but if you combo it with certain guns, it's actually viable.
no.
Hmm.
For a record, can is not good, but I'm saying that it's not trash.
It
I said
can
viable.
be used.
I didn't say good. I said viable.
Okay, yeah. So we're getting the Splendor and Metal Ox versus the Shrike and Seeker team.
I really like the use of Titan Bomb on Seeker. I think that's a nice pick for like the Sky Robos in general. Although it's a little bit difficult because you don't want to accidentally fly into your own blast, and Titan Bombs it can be hard to plan around that. But I do think it's a nice synergistic combination.
I'm just happy somebody's using Titan something.
Okay, here we go. They're launching out the cannons now.
Titan sees so
And
little
we're
play.
off to a fast start
Makes me
again.
happy.
We got Shrike positioning some gravity really quickly, getting a nice little early lead here, and getting away to avoid the needle shot until just now. Oh, but the Ox went right
Switch
over
over into
Shrike's
the
short
Ox.
little ass.
Ooh, Ox is doing good damage with that needle gun. Getting blasted with the gravity gun a bit, but able to get out and reposition.
Ooh,
Ooh, down
Yeah,
for the
small-
Shrike and
small
switching over to the
target.
Splendor.
for small bullets.
Shrike gravity is
Blade
doing
is
exactly
gonna
what it's
have a
supposed to
tough
do,
time
juggle
Raider.
people.
All right now, as you
Oh,
can see,
that's-
the
Gravity's
That's
Shrike
gonna
has
nice.
superior
Oh,
mobility.
Blade's gonna do it.
Ooh,
Oh,
big damage.
okay. That is
Alright,
actually
Ox-
a pretty big buff for that charge. I didn't realize it
That was,
bounced back that
You
far.
know,
that's,
good-
that's
Ox
huge.
players love pressing the X button. That's all I can say to that.
Well, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I-
Getting
Oh,
big
yeah.
damage
I mean,
now,
no.
able to get superior
This,
position.
that charge
by
actually
just
used to be very
slapping the
bad.
opponent.
So let's give it a
It
chance
seems,
to have a little
I-
fun before we.
Yeah,
I love
throw our
Ox
arms up
getting
in the
some
air
love
about
here.
it.
I love seeing the someone get the horns. For those who don't know, as of the balance patch, Bear Charge used to be the highest damage charge in the game, and Ox used to have like a pretty shitty damage charge. And one of the balances is just switch, reverse the damage between Bear
drive-by drilling
Correct.
doing a lot of
So,
damage.
Goblinoid, our patcher has raised fair charge damage back up a little bit, not just original glory, but it still does quite a bit. Oh no, that's it.
17 health on this Metal Ox.
Suicide.
Oh,
no.
there it is.
Hate to see it.
Sad
walk into
ending to a
bum.
good game.
Unfortunately.
And
I
by
feel
a
like
burrow
the
part.
Shrike put in a lot of work that game.
Goodness.
Absolutely,
Nice
the
play.
mobility that that
Controversy
Shrike
straight
provided
out of the
was
gate. He lost to
What
a
I love
burrow
about Little
part.
Raiders is that every time a Little Raider wins, it really feels like they earned it because they won by like good footsies and getting their little hits or their little combos and then getting out. Like
Yeah, it's a
watching Little
classic-
Raiders, it's kind of like Diddy Kong and Smash. It's like they earned it. They
absolutely.
played
It's a-
neutral. They got their little hits and they won.
It's a classic case of hit and run tactics being used very well. And I think between the Shrike and the Aerial Beauty model, that's kind of what you're looking to do, especially against a Shining Fighter and a beefy bully. You got to make
Yeah,
sure not to be
Lightning
confused with
Skies
the
are
big
pretty
boys,
good, yeah.
the big boys that are another robot style, which I didn't know until I started doing research on it.
Okay, we can go and
Big
go to the
boys
next
are good.
match.
Do not underestimate the big boys. But
Oh,
Are
yeah,
absolutely.
they going to stay on basic
Rick
the whole
Jason
time? Are they
plays
gonna go
that
through the
game
stage
very
list?
well.
Are we going to counter pick? How are we going to do this? Let's see how they want to do it.
I think we should just run through the starters.
So what? Tell
That's my
the
opinion.
audience
Starters.
what would be the standard. Also, shout out to the second viewer.
Hey,
Nice.
viewer squared.
Hey. But yeah, what's the standard procedure for the audience?
The standard
So
procedure
the standard
is
procedure, if
they roll dice, and whoever gets the highest roll gets to strike first out of the 5 starter stages, which are Basic Arena, L Form, Robo's Room, Practice Stage, I believe.
No, I think it's
and
Flower Garden and High Rise.
Flower Garden and High Rise. Thank you. Basic
Yeah.
Arena, High Rise, Flower Garden, Robo's Room, and L form.
L formation.
L formation, yes.
Yeah, so whoever rolls highest on the die, they ban one of those 5 stages. Then whoever rolled lower bans 2 of the remaining 4, and then the first person will pick between the remaining 2.
Correct. But
So it's like,
they did what we call gentlemenings to basic. They didn't bother with the stage picking process. They said, screw it, we're just gonna play in basic arenas. Fine with you is fine with me. They just went for it. But now we're in the counter picking stage, which is normally where the loser picks 3 stages, the winner strikes one of the stages, and the loser picks from the 2 remaining.
Yeah, I think for simplicity's sake, it looks like we're going to just run through the starter stages.
That's totally
Looks like
fine.
it's going to be the case.
Which that sometimes you just got to streamline the process, y'all.
Exactly.
Especially
Okay,
these,
so we are
longer
on
sets.
high rise next. If
yeah.
we're doing the starters
that
first.
seems to
All
be the
right.
case.
All right. So is it high rise?
High rise.
Wait, high rise plus, I guess.
Yes, high rise plaza.
All
High
right.
rise is high rise is a weird stage to me because I feel like it actually is quite neutral, but people sometimes play around high rise or ban high rise as if it's a counter pick. Some people really don't like the high walls, but I personally think it's
All right, we are coming in on the match now, guys.
good. Ooh, all right. We got a little hit right out of the Robo Cube there. These freeze bombs can strike a bit interesting.
It looks like Shark's using those freeze bombs to zone off areas to prevent the Shining Fighter from actually approaching, which is a brilliant plan. Okay, getting a knockdown with the gravity gun, switching over to the Ox.
Whoa!
That ox
oh!
charge is getting a lot of
That
money.
Ox
That-
charge.
Oh. But the secret
The
charge
secret
gave
collision
you-
An
though,
area
that
of
was
beauty.
that was a
Oh,
that was
confirmed.
nice.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Oh, didn't get out of range.
Was able to
we
get
got
down
some
there.
spaghetti on the screen, guys. A lot of big hits, but also a lot of random misses.
Oh, there we go.
Doing some burrows.
I only just noticed that the metal off here is using wide jump legs. I've never seen wide jump on a metal off.
On a metal ox, yeah, very odd. It's not the worst legs on a metal grappler in general, but ox people usually swing perform.
I am in love with Ox's charge move. It's just hilarious to see the gentle drift at the opponent.
Yes,
You
that's
gotta love
the big
big
change.
fucking horns.
Is,
Oh, man. All right.
Is that knockback it has now? That's not in the base game.
Oh my god.
See,
Oh,
what
wow.
happened is it used to not
That
be
was
very good.
awesome.
Oh my goodness. This might be too
Okay.
good.
Get game dog. Get micro.
Oh
space.
no! All
might be
right,
too
the
good.
Ox is doing damage. Aerial
Wow,
Beauty's got to get
that's,
something started here.
strong start.
Switching over to the Strike.
Okay.
Going with the gravity bomb. Gets
Blade.
the down.
Blade is potentially a really high damage gun if you get to stick if you get to like
Ooh, didn't
line
get
up
the
bunch
down
hits all at
cancel.
once. Oh, that was a really nice throw
Close,
space.
close game here.
All right, that's good. Well done from the Aerial Beauty.
Oh,
Figure
this is
here.
a close game.
Ox trying to
Could be
get some
anyone.
damage with that.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is close. This is close. Oh!
Oh,
Switch
he
over to
missed,
the
he
Strike.
missed.
This is gonna be close.
Rig Jason doing the
Ox
timeless
misses the
strategy
charge.
of running away while you're behind.
Hey, that's there's nothing wrong with a
Running away while
tactical
you're-
retreat.
Yeah, he's not confident enough in gravity's ability to
Yeah,
combo
right
on
now-
yourself. Once he confirms the gravity, he does not need to back off. He can just keep spamming gravities. He will get the down if they're in range.
Oh, and
Not
the down
indeed.
is done.
Takes it.
Ox
Game
comes in
2.
and takes it.
We gotta get. Alright. It's 1-1 in our first to 5.
Right. Well, shoutouts to viewer number 3 actually. Got it as
Oh,
I was
man.
losing.
That's like an inverted commentator's curse. Not too long, just said
yeah.
he needs to get rid of Blade and he could win, and then he just he just won using
As,
Blade.
a,
Reverse
so
commentator's
as
curse.
a side note, I think the commentary might be out of sync. I feel like I'm seeing things like a few frames ahead of other people. Is that the case, Daniel? I don't know.
I believe that is the case. Yes.
That is the case, yes.
All right, I will tone down my commentary then to not like interrupt the streams.
Oh, no worries. I don't think it's been a problem.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
no, no.
not a big enough issue, I'd say.
Okay, that's cool.
All right. So I guess the next one is
L
No.
formation.
Looks like a L form.
Yeah,
L
okay.
formation is the next starter on the list.
We're starting with a nice competitive set already. We're going 1-1 into the third game. No, he's talking about how me and Money are watching it from the room, so we're seeing it earlier than Bananiel, who's watching it from my stream.
All right, Strike's
There's
already
not really much we can do
moving.
about it. It's just what it is.
All right, here we go. Stuff is getting started already. Gravity Gun makes contact. All right.
I
Switching
really
over to the
like
Metal
the flip
Ox.
piece from this Metal Ox. Metal Ox is not a super fast Robo, but is deceptively fast, being the fastest of the Metal Grapplers. And like, I feel like Rick Jason has just done a lot of really good microspace with just like from
Yes,
back
to
and
be
forth.
specific about Metal Ox, Metal Grapplers are the slowest class in the game in the air and on the ground, but every Robo class with 3 Robos has a Robo that one of them is leans towards attack, one of them leans towards defense, one of them leans towards speed. Ox is, in fact, the speed Metal Grappler, so it's intended to be faster than the others.
Definitely using that to his advantage. That defensive. Oh wow! Charge doing.
We got a
big
lot of crazy
damage.
trades here, and Ox is winning all these trades, being one
Yes.
hit boy.
Yes, the
This
Metal
right
Grappler
build
down is going
has
a
been
long way.
trading in neutral where it needs to actually get ahead. So we have a pretty good lead for Rig Jason, or sorry, for Not King D right now.
And that
Let's
just
see
about closed it right there. Pretty close now.
Ooh, okay, a good down with the gravity gun there.
The Shrike is doing the Shrike is doing
And just
really
with that,
well in
Rig
Slender
took the
matches.
lead.
Oh my! Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
no.
no!
Oh, a
Fired
down.
the drill during the invisibility of the collision. Oh,
no.
that's a recipe for disaster. Oh god! Drill
Yes,
being a
the
very
Robos
powerful
are
gun, but
invincible
not
for the period
safe
and
on
regular
hit.
charges. Gotta be wary of that. Oh, too high up.
Oh my god! These people are mashing. Oh my god, they're mashing.
This is a very offensive
Oh
game
no!
here.
Drill gets the down.
What?
Switching back into
Oh,
Metal Ox,
no.
misses the charge. Oh, gets the hit onto the Shrike. Oh, Ox's
Wow.
big beefy
King
charge
turning
takes
it
the
around.
round.
He might have to change a Robo going into this next game. We'll see.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask what the rules on that are. Can everyone change between rounds, or is it winner stays, losers allowed to
Each
change?
player can change one Robo, and the winner is required to change first.
Ah, okay.
And I think we're gonna enforce that. I think Rick just heard me. He's gonna wait for him to change now. Yes, we hit 18 viewers. That is actually an all-time high for my channel.
I still
Nice,
get 3,
nice.
but yeah, Dolphin Venom, what's up? I was
Appreciate
using
everyone
the wait, Strike. I forgot Gravity. There you go. Wait, right. Okay, so next stage that would be not nature. Is it Robo's room or is it flower? Right?
Yes, flowers. Or no. It is Robo's room next. Robo's room. And
Oh, it
then
is.
Flower.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait. Never mind. I was looking at that wrong. It is
Be
flower
one way or
next.
the other. Okay, yeah.
And then Robo's
okay.
room at the end.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Alright, I do not know why I dropped out, but that was a complete accident, and I'm here.
Okay,
All right.
nice.
Hello?
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna see
Since
the
the
same
viewers are people
Splendor and Metal
competing.
Ox build.
But we have Titan Bomb on the
Well,
strike
Money's
now. That's-
not watching my stream. He's in the room. And then we have the
Yeah,
two
I'm in-
people
I'm-
playing.
I'm
They're
actually
not
hosting
watching,
the lobby
so
right
that's
now.
only 6 people, sir.
All right,
Well, look,
we are
I got
coming in
3
on
on
the
my
battle
side.
now.
That's 10 legitimate viewers I count. Thank you very much.
10 viewers, that's pretty good.
Joe Biden. Anyone voting for Biden?
All right, here we go.
Yo,
That's so funny.
President Biden, thank you for the raid on Twitch. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, that Metal Ox already doing work, dealing a lot of damage to the Shrike.
Wow, that is whoa! That needle to Ox combo
Now,
is a really
yeah,
nice
beautiful.
punish.
Man,
Oh,
Here it goes again. Needle to
he's
Ox.
getting quite a bit of
All right.
knowledge. He's starting to learn that once he gets to confirm with gravity, he doesn't really have to worry. They're going to be stung long enough for it
Nice.
to just combo into itself.
Yeah, Gravity has a buttload of hit stun, which is nice. Not
does,
super high
it
damage,
does,
but
and
nice
Rick's starting to
cracking,
pick up on
nice
it,
hit
which
stun.
will help. All you really need to do
Ooh,
is
that
be,
strike though
it's almost like
really
bladed
hurt
damage,
right
all you need to
now.
do is
Oh, that's gonna
and
be
then you start
brutal.
spamming and grab yourself a combo.
Yeah, almost forced to switch into the aerial beauty here. Drill gun putting in work, getting the down with the needle, just going for
Rick
straight
Jason has a
needle
problem
punish
right now
there.
where one of his Robos is much more healthy than the other. I guess that's not even necessarily true
Yes,
anymore.
it keeps
because after that
happening.
Ox hit.
He keeps
Oh wow,
losing
big
quite a
damage
bit
from
of
the
health
Ox
early
charge
on.
here.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the
If
blade.
that wasn't blade. Oh, got him anyway.
Ooh, that was close. All right.
3-1.
And the blade,
Guns like
yeah, the
Blade
blades get the
create a lot
takedown.
of weird interactions just because you can spam it so rapidly, and like this
Yeah.
game doesn't necessarily respond well to like one person getting hit by many
Someone
things
needs to
all at
mod in
once.
a Donald Trump mech. We have it. It's called Metal Bear. That's the Donald Trump mech.
Oh god.
Poor Metal Bear.
Or is it a Dower Head? I don't know. I'm not
Funky
sure.
big head model, most likely, yeah.
Probably Dower Head.
Seal head.
It would be Metal Bear to break into the capital.
There's already a criminal robot in the game. Oh, well.
I said it, I meant it.
All right, we're seeing the same Splendor and Ox over there, and then let's see what we got changed up
Yeah, I
on the
feel like
Shrike
knocking
here.
the-
Political commentary. Goodness.
Anyways, Not King D lost the first game, but has settled into a nice 3-1 lead since that losing that first game, and is just holding onto his builds. He's probably feeling comfortable right now. He's waiting for Rig Jason to make some kind of adaptation or a counter pick or something to try to regain the lead. But I'm sure right now he's just chilling. His
Correct.
strategy so far has been working.
Correct. He's won 3 in a row, and you know, if you won 3 in a row, there's no reason for you to change. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
If it
My
ain't
Custom
broke,
Robo is a very
don't
counter pick
fix
heavy
it.
game. But yeah,
Exactly
it's a
that.
counter pick heavy game. But if it ain't broke, don't fix.
Precisely.
I will say that Rig Jason has been playing very well, but I don't think the wide jump legs and the Ox have been used in max. I feel like he's been doing a lot of dashing or running the ground, and not much just like jumping and chilling. Where wide jump is great if like you want to jump in the air and just use your natural drift and use your air dash.
He also has not been pod dashing, which is one of the main purposes of running wide jump legs on Metal Grappler. Is to, for those who don't know, there's a bit of meta tech in the game. This is in the vanilla game as well, and it works with any Robo and any legs, but it's the most exaggerated on Metal Grappler with wide jump. Is if you throw a pod while you're dashing, the pod will slightly increase your dashing.
Okay, we already see the positioning game being
I actually
played.
didn't know that.
Closing
Now
off.
we are
Really?
on Robo's
Okay.
room. This is the smallest legal stage.
This
Even
is
though
a-
it starts with it feels like a counter pick sometimes. And,
Absolutely, it's a very close range. Okay, got that down here. Metal Ox is feeling the pain a little bit. Oh,
This should be a field
misses the
day.
follow up.
Oh my
Yes.
god. Oh
Very
god.
good for Rick. He's got Metal Ox hurting, which has been the main Robo he's been losing to so far, I would say.
Try to
Yeah,
get back to back by the sword. But
yeah,
it looks like things are
Like, Metal
evening
Ox
up a
should be
little
the
bit.
best Robo on this stage, but the Metal Ox right now is bleeding, so Riggs is in a pretty good position.
Yes.
Right.
What happened to Not King
And also,
is
I
basically
feel
what,
like-
what had been happening to Rick the past couple games, where it was a few bad trades and he took a lot of damage real quick.
Absolutely.
We're seeing
now.
Riggs doing a lot of like really minute weaving and bobbing around the beast pods. The beast pods have been doing a lot of pressure, but not actually a lot of damage. So it's kind of even, but it just speaks to Riggs' comfort with the little. That was a nice trade.
Charging is
Oh
not a
god,
good option
you
to
cannot
avoid needle,
just
unfortunately.
you
because of how
cannot
quickly it
drill
reloads.
off the point blank like that. You will get the horn.
The Ox will blast, yes. Needle gun
Oh.
doing work.
Cannot
the
get
needle
that
gun's
close
been
dog.
indispensable
Cannot.
right now.
Try
Yeah,
to
like but once
defensively
again, you
charge
saw the
to
drill
avoid
at point
It's
blank.
not gonna work. Okay, this is
Ooh, got it
Despite
down
that,
here.
Despite some bad hits just now, Rig Jason has the lead this game.
yes, he does.
Absolutely, yeah. This
Both
not
in
as
numbers
usually,
and
I feel like his position's
practicality,
pretty
because he
advantageous.
cannot use the Ox right now. It is in double
the Ox
digits.
is far too low. Yeah, it would
Correct.
be. It would
Yeah,
be
I'll
way
will,
too
if
risky.
you notice in the top right corner, it will increase back up to 150 once it falls sub 150, but
not being
switched
able
a
to
few
switch
times,
for that.
so it's gonna,
Oh my! Oh,
that's gonna be it.
Going
That's
to
gonna
the
be it.
switch there.
that is when you
Yep,
can
the drill
kill
will
it
close
point
out the
blank,
match.
when it kills. Great play
Okay,
from
resurgence
great
here.
play from Rig
Resurgence.
Jason. I thought that Not King D's builds were better for the stage, but Rig Jason just played more clutch and
Absolutely,
got
yeah.
a clean win there.
It's one of those things. If you can dodge the metal ox long enough to get it down low enough to where it's pretty much a non-option, you eliminate a huge, massive part of Not King's offense there.
Oh,
Yes.
quick question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nature Park, right?
As for next stage, yeah, we've done one game on every single
Starter, yes.
yeah, so I think now we just pick counterpick stages.
We can do counter picks,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
So you can pick any 3 legal stages, or I guess Not King can pick any 3 legal stages that he has not won on. Rigged will strike 1, and Not King chooses from what's left. Let's go explain that in the Discord real quick.
Yeah, Beerus, you want to do that right up because
Yeah.
Zach gave you like the authoritative power.
Or we can just start running through counter picks in order. Doesn't matter.
All right. Well,
I mean, I'm fine with either option, but you're the TO, so
yep. I don't know.
um,
what is the call?
yeah, we started late. We don't have time to do counter picks today, so we'll just start with diamond fences and go through counter picks now.
Right. Time to find diamond fences, because
Sounds
It's the second. It's at the top next to basic.
oh, okay, this thing.
so yeah, we
Yes.
diamond fences and then what? Crevice court.
Yes, diamond fences, then crevice court.
All right, here we go.
Not King
Okay,
D.
no changes for
unfazed,
Not King.
Immediately
No.
presses the start button and is gonna keep.
Not
the
King
two
D
chances
is
to zero.
I applaud the dedication to the choices. You know, it takes a person of conviction to stick with things, and even in the face of losing. Maybe they're just attributing it to a stage mishap, and they'll do a little bit better on them, a little bit more of an open selection here.
Maybe so.
Yeah, that might be it.
Sometimes
It
people
might also be like-
they just don't like the stage, and it doesn't really matter if this is favorable there or here. They don't like playing on the stage, and it just throws them off. That may have been what happened.
Absolutely.
It might also be a comfort build. There are a fair number of players who just like have just 2 builds that they customize a little bit, or they're just loyalists to those. And maybe
I
Not King D is
respect
just
it.
like, these are like the 2 robos that I've practiced. These are the ones that are near and dear to my heart. Maybe these are just the ones that he enjoys the most.
Exactly,
But,
and
yeah.
it's something to consider. You know, a lot of people, especially in fighting games or games like this, even if something else might be a better matchup statistically, if you don't know how to play it, it doesn't matter how good of a matchup it is statistically. It's gonna be a bad matchup for you. Important to stick with what you know.
Yeah, I mean, that's the lesson I learned when I saw my period of greatest growth in this game.
All right, we are in the match. People are going to be getting started
Diamond
soon. Robos are
This
coming
stage-
out of the air.
I feel like this stage arguably could be a starter, but it's on the counterpick list because it does offer a lot of corner pressure.
All right, we are getting things started already. Got the freeze going off. Ooh, got it down with the gravity gun switching over to the metal ox now. Ooh, good damage. Oh, we got the down
Oh,
with the
nice
bomb.
intercept. Oh, the Shrike collision just barely missed there. But we're gonna get.
Ooh, Ooh, misses the
All right.
ox misses the follow-up tackle there, and looks like we're back to a little bit more of a neutral position. Ox
So
getting
far,
hit.
not a lot of big damage. There have been a lot of big swings, but
Yeah, small
these
trades.
guys
Small
have either been
trades
like getting out of each other's combos and like managing to retreat successfully. We're playing a lot of neutral. Oh, the random X button. I didn't
Oh
even see the
no,
Sword Storm.
Ox always doing so. Oh wow, yeah, we do have Sword Storm now. Able to
Oh, God,
cancel
Sword
those.
Storm.
Well, for those of you that don't know, there's a mechanic in the game in which if you overload your enemy with a gun, it'll basically cancel the shots that are out at the moment. So right now, that needle gun is going to be putting in work to try and stop those Sword Storms from coming down, just to avoid a little bit more damage here and there. We have a switch over to the Shining Fighter now. Splendor doing its splendid best.
Secret Sword Storm is a pretty famous and spammy build. Anything that can run away while shooting out these Sword Storms is like pretty, really campy. It's a
Yeah,
great build for like running out the clock, but it doesn't accumulate that much damage. But it usually does build up a lead like
Yeah, it's
that.
one of
You
those
only need a
things-
couple. Yeah.
It definitely does. There you go. You got the down now. It's one of those things where if it hits, it'll do some good damage, but it isn't the hardest thing to dodge. Boom. Metal Ox taking some big damage there from the Sword Storm.
The
Yeah,
one
right
thing
now.
the one thing that's nice about like the Seeker Swordstorm build. Oh wait, there's these scrapping moments right here. Oh crap.
Yes. Oh, the close range changes. Sword doing some big damage right there on the Shrike. All right, it looks like things are a little bit in favor of Not King at the moment.
Ooh, Rick. No, well, I feel like Rick Jason's
Ooh,
taking
no,
the
not
lead
anymore.
right
Yeah,
now.
definitely just took the lead with those Sword Storms. Right now, mobility is the Shining Fighter's best friend. Keep moving. Don't let the Sword Storms hit you, and try and pepper some damage down.
I would say that what I was going to say earlier. I think the biggest advantage of the Seeker Swordstorm build is that Swordstorm is punished by burst movement. By consistent movement, while our Seeker is punished by burst movement, and it's just really hard to get like on both axes. It's like you need to see. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shrike going down. Ox just standing in the.
The clock's
ooh.
running out. Clock's running out.
Clock is running out. This is that time where that Swordstorm
Is
build is
it
going to come in
timeout?
clutch. All right, now you got to work close in the distance. Ox is going to try and get in, but it's not going to be enough quite in time. And that is
we
going
are
to be the
even
round.
in the set.
Yes.
Even in the set. So,
Oh, by the way, if you're
First
wondering
thing-
why it takes so long for me to actually get like the thing started, it's because I'm actually updating the scores on my overlay. So, yeah. Anyways, back to your regularly scheduled commentary. Apparently, by the way, we're 3-3. So
Yes, it is
close
3-3.
already.
We have a completely even game. You want to talk about competitive? It doesn't get more competitive than a completely even game.
oh yeah, these guys are even in the set. We had game 1 go to Rig Jason, games 2, 3, and 4 go to Not King D, and then games 5 and 6 go back to Rig Jason. And now we're playing on more counter-thick stages. I believe the next is going to be Crevice Court. Crevice Court is a stage that has a lot of random crap on the ground and a very asymmetrical platform layout. I think that this stage favors a lot of builds that want to jump up, that can really use the platform.
That makes sense. So you were basically going to see if picks stay the way they are. This might end up favoring the Shrike and the Aerial Beauty here.
Yeah, Lightning Sky rather. But yeah, I can
Lightning
see
Sky,
that.
pardon me, thank you.
Yeah, I think Lightning Skies can do pretty well on this stage. It gives them Lightning Skies. Oftentimes their biggest weakness is when they're landing, because that's when they're most vulnerable. But on a stage with so much random crap on the ground, there's oftentimes a wall for them to land behind, which lets them cover this. So I think this would be a pretty good stage for the Seeker Sword. I think this is not a good stage for Splendor Blade. I think Splendor might not be able to move around very well through this, and Blade might have a difficult time.
Yeah, that sounds all right. I mean, the ability to span the blade's nice, but with a lot of really weird obstacles in the way, it's not a very... It would probably be a difficult gun to actually get up and running and get damage down with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, I feel like Blade really favors like more open stages.
Absolutely. Well, places where you have long thoroughfares where you can just spam fire it.
Yeah. Granted, I don't know what rig Jason has prepared. What Not King D has prepared. It looks like he's switching off the blade gun right now.
Okay,
Maybe
switch it.
That's
Maybe
a
he
good
agrees with
choice.
our wisdom.
Let's see what he chooses. Splendor is not necessarily a bad Robo choice for this stage,
I mean,
but
like,
Blade is not. a
there
good
are
choice
not
for Crevice.
strict stage counterpicks as far as Shining Fighters are concerned. Like Shining Fighters are supposed to be able to adapt to any of the legal stuff. They are just
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
agree with that.
they're sort of a. I'd say Shining Fighters are the baseline. You know, they are pretty much good in at least average in most areas. So you get a well-rounded fighter. You know, it's one of those things. You have stuff like the Shrike, where very fast but squishy. So you end up losing. You lose trades a lot if you're doing these straight-up trades. Versus the Shining Fighters, which, you know, they'll have the Jack of all trades is the master of none, but better than a master of one.
Yeah, I feel that. Now, Not King D, he switched out the blade gun for Gatling. Gatling is not a very common gun in competitive play, but it is a very high damage gun. The problem being it has a ton of end lag, So if you
Yes.
shoot it and you miss, you might
Very
get
punishable.
Yeah, it's very punishable, but it does a ton. Alright, either taking a slow start right now. Is this a punish? No,
Yeah.
I think they just
Yeah,
decided
Trying
not
to figure out
to.
exactly what to do. Yeah.
They seem to
There's
be
no rule
rolling
saying
with
you
the
have to
momentum
approach.
change.
Yeah,
Okay, taking things a little bit
Pace.
slower here. Trying to get something started here with the Gatling gun.
patient neutral, no hits in the first.
Honestly,
30 seconds.
I
Oh,
don't know how
okay,
good
now
a
we
choice
got
the
some
Gatling gun was here. I mean, we do have got it down with the gravity gun here. See, the Gatling gun, because of all the walls that are here, it's gonna make it a lot harder to actually get something started with it.
Absolutely.
But there you
He
go.
does
the
have a
big hit
decent
from
jump
that
height,
gun.
so it's not impossible, but
yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure about that gun on the stage either.
There's that ending lag coming in clutch there, letting the Sword Storm actually get off and deal some damage.
Absolutely. Oh, there goes another one.
Yeah, you hate to see it, but that was something we thought might happen. All right, the Ox switching in. Down by the Sword Storm. Oh, okay,
Oh,
getting
goodness.
down there. Oh, great switch.
We have a nice little runaway
Now
from
that
the
Rick
Ox
knows he
charge.
can do
That was-
he
yeah,
can
that was
outrun
beautiful.
the Ox charge. Maybe Rick
Ox
knows a
right
little better.
now.
He's still running
I think
a little
what-
too close into Ox.
I feel like the number one thing I've learned today about these players
right
is
there,
that
from right there,
Knocking
that's
Ding
close enough.
loves
He
the
doesn't need
X
to.
button. He loves
Ooh, that
it.
hurt.
He's pretty good at the X button, dude.
Ooh, okay, big damage here. Shrike is in a little bit of rough shape right now. Already down to 222.
Now,
Switch over to the Shining Fighter. Oh, caught out with the Gatling gun there. Oh, just
despite the
decides
hit point
to.
lead, I feel like the Seeker Swordstorm could close. I could
Ooh,
still
that was
keep
nice.
up. Rick Jason
That
in
was
the game.
nice.
Oh, absolutely. Oh wow,
Yeah,
big
that
damage
was-
coming
that
out
Nice
of the
combo
Shrike right
Rick.
now.
That was gorgeous.
It's
Yeah,
a very,
Rick
very.
Jason showing his nice positioning with gravity gun strike.
Yeah, he actually
He's showing that he's
utilized
still
both
in
the
this
air
game.
shot and ground
This
shot
far.
of gravity. That was
Yeah, see the thing here with the Shrike, a lot of space controlling between the ice bombs, the pods, and the actual gravity gun itself.
ooh.
Ooh, able to dodge by
Oh, what
switching
was
there.
that?
Oh my.
my-
Oh, the needle outspeed gravity.
you know what?
That's tough. Oh,
This game would have been over if Rig Jason just pushed the X button himself. Like, Knocking D has been collisioning a lot, but like,
Absolutely.
Shrike has one of the best collisions in the game. And there were like
Oh,
3 or 4
oh,
positions
okay.
where he just would have won the
health
game
differential is
outright.
very
if he
close
did it.
now.
Yes, it's very
my-
close. The Sword
Oh,
Storm's doing
it's
big
tight, it's
damage.
tight.
Ox
Rig
keeping
Jason in the
moving.
lead with the
Ox
Sword
can-
Storm.
Ox can land it.
Oh, this is dangerous.
Can he camp
Yes.
him out?
If
Get
Ox
the
can land a
timeout?
hit.
Can he do it?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we're gonna get the
That's
timeout
it.
here.
Oh, 1 second win. Wow.
Oh, there it is. A 1 second knockdown. That Sword Storm is. It's a bit of a problem, it seems here, especially if he has to fall back onto that Metal Ox just because of the speed difference and the inability to keep moving. It is going to make it a lot easier for that Sword Storm to land. So I'm interested to see what the move here is from Not King.
Okay, next we go
You didn't
to
see it come out
Nature
too much in
Park.
that last game, but I feel like in general, so the Seeker Swordstorm is a hard counterpick to the Splendor Gatling build. It didn't,
absolutely.
that matchup didn't come up that much in that last game, but I think that if Rig Jason leans more on that matchup, he should be able to clean out and get the 5-3.
Absolutely.
Especially since our next stage is Nature Park, which is the biggest legal stage, which that favors Seeker Swordstorm standard.
It is also the only stage made out of non-synthetic materials.
Yes, and actually, this is one
Shout
of
out
our.
to Custom Robo Story Mode. Story Mode's great.
Yeah,
in this
actually,
game.
yeah, story mode is fire.
It is great. This is actually one of our modded stages. Shout out to Project J, who turned this into a snow stage.
Ooh, there's no way it could get any better.
No way.
It would be
Yeah.
better if I still have my third viewer. Oof. Gotta get myself to affiliate somehow, right, guys? Hey.
You already
All
know.
right. Okay, it looks like we're switching over to wide jump on the Splendor.
Oh, that's
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
All
I
right.
can see it. That makes sense to me.
We're jumping into the match here.
This is
All
set
right,
point,
this
by the
is,
way. The score is 4-3.
Yes, this
so-
is set point. 4-3.
Rig
We're either
wins
going to
this,
see it tied
this
up
is it.
or Rig's going to take it.
Oh, look
All
at
right.
that manual pod shooting. That manual
Oh,
pod
yes. You'll love to see the little cursor wiggle around. That means they're
aiding.
really
Absolutely.
The number
Wow,
one
look
thing
at
I
that
want to see
gravity
from
range.
Not King D
That's
is this
gravity
game.
already
Good. honestly, what I think how Not King D is supposed to win this is you camp the Shrike and you rush down the Seeker. I think that's how you have to play this.
Yeah.
So far, like Rig Jason has a lead, but not by a huge lead.
No,
Yeah,
not,
see,
not
there's
giant.
a
Especially when
are-
it's an MG versus a Little Raider. One loss straight is going to make up that damage differential.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, right now,
Yeah,
okay,
one bomb will make up that damage.
we're starting to see the Ox being able to close the gap here. I think
Ouch,
that was a
ouch.
big.
Okay,
Oh.
and then the sword
That
storm
was a
comes back
nice
out.
Sword
punish
storm,
on
doing
the-
good.
This has been the new problem for Not King. He has not had a good answer for the Sword Storm
Yeah,
yet.
the Sword Storm has been a thorn in Not King's side, that's for sure.
We're seeing some
Interesting. I
clever
just
Titan
noticed
play
what he's
coming
doing
out
with
of
the Titan.
Oh, wow.
He's getting it close to
Rig
himself
Jason.
so that it
I
disarms
really
him.
like how
Preventing
he's threatening the
approach.
positioning of Titan Bomb, then just dashing out of the corner with Swordstorm. I have never
Oh, wow,
seen that
Swordstorm is
playstyle.
doing
I've
a lot
never
of
seen that
work right now.
strategy before. That's
I was
an interesting
honestly-
strat.
Yeah, that's it's
Wow.
like
He's
literally like
manually aiming the
just
Titan
like
bomb
Brickism.
on himself, like it's an acrobat, and then he's dashing out of the way so that the Titan
Brilliant.
bomb goes
It
off.
prevent. Yeah, and it prevents.
because
it
Titan
prevents
Bomb
the
will
actual
down
approach.
Seeker.
Oh,
It'll do very little
big
damage.
that was a
That is
big hit
very
by the
clever.
Owl.
I'm gonna steal that.
Oh, and you can
Oh
down
my
yourself. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you can down yourself that way to prevent damage, and then you can get yourself a free switch.
Yeah, I don't know how effective this Gatling choice was. I think there's enough natural stuff in the environment to prevent being able to get an actual good fire down. Okay, he's getting it down with it.
Yeah.
When
like,
the Sword Storm comes out, he needs to switch into Seeker and then, or not Seeker, excuse me, Splendor, and then rely on Splendor's ground movement. If he tries to air
to be able
dash
to
while Sword
dodge.
Storm's out, he's going to get hit.
Yeah, the
At
cooldown
this
at
point,
the end of the
Rig
dash.
Jason has a big lead,
He
but
does.
how Not King D can still win this
Oh,
is to
goodness.
just force him to stay on the
Goodness.
strike.
Yes,
Like,
if he,
big
if,
damage
low
there.
points of the
Yeah,
strike.
his one hope
Strike
is
is
if
one hit
Rig
away from
switches back to Strike
You have
and
to-
he can steal it with the charge. That's his only hope at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
So right now
Ooh.
we're gonna see some of that
That was
keep
a
out
pretty
game.
big dash conversion, but
Ooh, good damage here.
Rig Jason's recognizing
Ooh.
that the only way he can lose
Is
is
he going
pushing
to
back
panic
the
switch? Okay.
Oh, another
no
He's
panic
managed
so
to
far,
finish
but he might
fine.
now. Oh my god, that's a we have
He's made up a lot of health.
Not King D's
That's
making
actually
a comeback
pretty
here,
close.
making a
This
big
might-
comeback.
Oh, this is big. This is big. Okay.
And
Slender
almost
now
as if
coming
Oh,
they're
out
the
of that
Gatling gun
clear
coming
down.
by
in.
running. And the health
we
differential
have
is
a-
basically made up. It's very close.
Oh my god! It's
Oh,
really
it
good.
missed! That would have killed him.
No!
Oh!
No!
Wow!
Oh, the off takes it. All right.
Oh.
That ties things up 4-4,
Oh
right?
my
my God.
god! Oh
Man, very
that,
clutch ending
only
there.
the
The
first
needle gun
set.
coming in so clutch.
That was
only
the
the
best
first set,
30
oh,
seconds of
what?
custom Robo we've seen all day, right
Oh,
there.
absolutely,
Not King D's
absolutely.
adaptation to Seeker's runaway and just like pressuring the Seeker, forcing the switch, and then like comboing the crap out of Shrike and that was really good. He
We
played
saw the
good
Splendor
neutral.
using.
He
We're
had
already
some
going
very
straight
good
to game
controlled
9.
aggression there.
Absolutely.
That was beautiful.
Okay,
we saw
we saw
go
this-
ahead and let King Kickass and Quantum Realm know that they're both up next.
The Splendor there. Now I saw what they were, what Not King was going for with the Gatling gun. They were hoping to catch the Sword Storm, just being fired, using that dash and the prolonged fire of the Gatling gun to get a little bit of a longer slide during the actual firing portion, and then punishing the Sword Storm. When it worked well.
It did. It's like Gatling gun is like it's a high risk, high reward gun, and he got the high reward at the end. And you know, at clutch times we really needed it. It felt like a
Absolutely.
liability for the first minute of the game, but ultimately, ultimately, Not King D came through with it and made it work
absolutely.
for him. Oh. All right, so we
I
are
literally
on game
just
9.
shat my
Also,
pants.
get yourself checked, man.
Get yourself
Also, like,
checked.
I want to do a secondary shout out to Rig Jason's Swordstorm Titan strategy. I thought that was really innovative, and it certainly worked for like the first half of the game. It didn't work out towards the very end, but for a while, I thought that was a really nice bait. And we're seeing mostly the same builds here from these guys. So we're having a game 9 on obviously the only suitable final destination, the stage that's made out of toys. Oh god. Remember when the stage was a starter? Wild times.
It
All
was
right,
once upon a
game
time.
9.
It used to be a
Match point.
crazy days.
Alright,
It used to be
we
a starter.
You're on the Kitty Playland. Wait,
These two are starting out the game by just feeling each other out.
Yeah,
the last
I
game was
really-
so tense, they just want to relax a little bit.
I
Did
really
that
just want to
platform
talk
always
about how
say
this
I
should
want
be a
custom
starter.
Robo?
We have Trap Gun from Splendor. We have Trap Gun?
Trap
Oh,
Gun?
wow.
Trap gun.
Interesting.
Okay.
That's a weird one. Oh, cool.
That if he can use it well enough, that's an obscure gun that can throw rigs off.
Although
I
it's
was
weird,
already
he's-
thrown off. I was like, what? It's firing and nothing's coming out. That's the trick.
It's a weird. He's approaching
Yes,
with
but
Trap
in the
Gun.
air version they come straight out. So
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can short hop Trap Gun and get, like, a nice little short range burst out of it, but in general, it's pretty unconventional approach with Trap Gun.
actually, you can do auto-timed micro jumps. To basically do the air version.
No kidding.
Yeah, you press A and B at the same time, and it auto-times a frame perfect.
We
Jump
got some
cancel with
funky
your gun.
interactions going on right here. We have Not King D, who was mashing the X button in Rig Jason's face and not getting punished because it crossed up on him. Oh my god. Oh, but like right now it's pretty even with a lead to Not King D. Oh, that was some nice needling hits on the Seeker, and then needle hits on the Shrike. Not King D is a pretty big lead right now, and Rig Jason's just like, all right, I'm gonna back up the Shrike and go reset
Yeah, so-
here. Oh my!
Ooh, that one hurt.
Oh, he
charge!
barely
Oh,
didn't
caught at the end of the
outspace.
charge.
At the very end, he got caught by that.
hurts.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
now here's the thing that get really
Yeah,
dicey here
that-
for Rig.
Swordstorm has to
right-
really go to work here.
Yeah. Yeah, right now
And what
Rig
he
is in a
needs
bad
to start
position.
doing is he needs to start throwing 1 or 2 Swordstorms out and then dash away. Once he gets
You know, we're
yeah,
not-
He
we're not
Oh
seeing
my
Rig
God.
cover
That's
their.
gonna be
Oh,
it.
that's it.
Not
That
the
closes out
only
the match.
proper way to
Man.
end a game with an
Not
Ox
King.
charge
With the
out
Ox
of the
charge.
corner for the win.
That's
All right,
very, very
that
solid
was
an excellent
match.
set.
That was a
That's
great
an excellent
game.
set,
That was a
okay.
great set.
That was some
Big ups
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ups to Not King D for the win. Rig Jason also played very well.
Very well.
Big
Absolutely.
fan. But like big ups to Not King D for taking this one today.
Yes, absolutely.
That's the
But,
kind of back and forth
Definitely
action we're
raises,
here for.
raises both their stock as unranked players for sure. Let's see. Let's try to get Quantum King Kick-Ass in here.
Yes. Alright, I will put the room code back in Discord and then I'll be right back and you get some water.
No problem. Can you go ahead and close the game break? Man, that was an excellent set.
Yeah, definitely. My heart was pounding, especially on match 3 and then match 7. Ooh. I think the closest one was definitely match 8. Actually, 7 and 8. 7 with
Yes.
that 1 second left. And then 8 with the 20 health left, literally last hit situation.
Yeah, that was definitely a very tense set right there.
Very, very tense.
But very entertaining
Ooh.
matches there. I mean, shit, you guys brought it to the max 9 games in a set like that, which is obviously that's the hype we're here for. We're here to see that back and forth.
The first set's hype already. Also, Drill needs to be buffed. It really needs to be buffed.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
could,
So to be honest, I wanted to see if like I could run Seeker Drill because Seeker can evade even after. But no, it doesn't work as well as I kind of thought it would. So yeah, Drill needs a buff.
Okay, so
That's it.
we're
Drill
gonna go
really
ahead-
does need that buff.
We're gonna go ahead and have King Kickass host this. Have him host the room since
Yes,
he's playing and
um,
has good internet connection, so it can just be.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
I shall
have
end my
much
own
better-
stream
much
because
better
I
connections to these
shall.
games won't need the buffer nearly as high.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my stream because there's not like I'm not gonna be joining in per se. I'm gonna be watching via Beerus's. Shout out to Beerus. I
Appreciate
think
that.
right. You're streaming it. That's it. So I also have to figure out how to rate other streamers.
Okay, Money joined up. That's fine.
I am back. Hello.
You joined up KK's room. That's okay. KK, take me and Money off ports, and then you can go ahead and get started.
I feel like we need to invent custom Robo superlatives just so I can say that KKA is the crassest member of the community. Because he
Said
is,
what?
and it's fucking great.
Shall I take innovative? I'll take innovative. I'll also take like the oddball. that Titan strat. See, it's something that works in vanilla too, as it turns out. But like no one noticed
Switch
that's like a
game.
thing. Just like, oh yeah, cover yourself with a bomb.
Yeah, that was a brilliant little strategy right there.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
It worked really well.
It prevented exactly what you wanted it to prevent. You know,
Yeah.
that dash in to close the gap between y'all. It made it so could not do that.
The thing is, there's another use for the Titan Bomb that I actually like using, but for some reason, when I tried, the R channel got stuck, so I didn't actually get to use it like that. So it like missed it. Well, it did input at times, but next time I'll probably just have the oil make controller or something. But if you want, I could tell you now, but then it wouldn't be
I would
fun
love to hear
because.
some advanced Titan check.
All right, well, Seeker Titan. It's like Seeker Gun Titan. Which is amazing.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the main reason it being that one though
Can we
is
have audio
because
commentary, please?
I mean technically it is locked. It's like there's not like a maximum or anything.
Let me. Oh, hang on. Let me
For
make it
Secret
stricter.
and Titan,
Settings. Permission.
it works really well if you can do it all at once.
No
Oh, wait,
Pikmin
hold on.
fuckers. And
No
then-
Pikmin.
What is going on in commentary booth right now?
It's
Yeah.
it's smorgasbord of stuff. Who knows?
Absolutely.
And it's great.
Okay, no one else should be able to join commentary booth now.
Do we have a maximum?
No, I limited the permissions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Pikmin.
Alright,
the
so it's
Pikmin
just- so
Plucker
it's just
role
the
is
four
on
of
there
us
for
then?
some reason. So anyone who plays Pikmin on the server can snake into a commentary booth. Though I don't think
Okay.
Faffy does. I'm not sure how he was getting in.
Alright, let's take a look at these builds we got going right now. So, what do we have? Player 1, KKA, King,
Okay,
other,
We got
King Kickass.
Halberd Splash, but we have Swallow
Player two,
Legs
it's
on Strike
Quantum.
Vanisher, which is a very interesting
Ooh,
choice. He's
Very
going
interesting.
a,
And then we got a Rail 1 coming out.
Yes.
What can we
he's
say about these two
notorious
players?
for this Ray 1 build. Ray 1 with Flame, Crescent K, and Double Wave with the Swallow Legs. He uses that pretty much every game.
I'm really happy to see a Strike Vanisher in here. I was hoping we were going to see some Strike Vanishers. They're my favorite type of Robo.
You will definitely
You know,
see
being
some
able
Strike
to
Vanishers.
blink around and dash. Very cool. And then we have
Yeah.
a Strike on the right here, and then I'm wondering what the second bot's going to be, because
If
I
I
doubt
had
it's
to
going to be a
guess-
Rail 1 with
Oh.
basic and standard
If I had to
equipment.
guess Seeker, but I guess we'll see. Oh, Defender.
All right. Well, KKA is noted to want to carry Kabuto's legacy with Shrike.
Alright, I'm gonna say a
We
few
got
words
KK
on
on the left
Quantum.
and
Quantum
Quantum on
is
the right.
is actually a relatively veteran player in the custom Robo community. She has been entering tournaments in our scene for a couple years now, although pretty on and off. She's been
Yes.
unranked for her entire career, best I know, but like she has made like very marked improvements over the years. I would say she's definitely known for dabbling in a lot of different and interesting builds. She has a unique approach to construction.
Yes. She
So
has,
I've never seen these two play. Like KKA is the new blood, and she's the old blood in a way.
I see the Rahu weapon coming out here for Quantum, which is pretty cool.
Well, yeah, that is a cool.
Rahu 1 gun is actually legal in our room, so. Yeah, we're seeing. Oh, Rahu 1 Defender. With Wyvern.
Rahu 1
We're not
is
seeing
not a
a lot
bad
of Wyvern
build.
as much these days.
Not a bad build at all.
Ooh, that hurt.
Jeez,
That
how
hurt
much
a lot.
damage was that? Holy crap!
That
Oh
was
my
not that
goodness!
much. Yeah,
Oh
it was
my
200.
goodness!
Although, like, one thing, KKA, similarly to Knocking D, also really loves the X button. Is also like pretty good at pushing the X button. He's a little bit of a masher, but he's a
He is
good
a fan,
so
yes. He's a
Right
very
on, this
forward
Rail 1
pushing
build.
player, absolutely.
Very cool to see Rail 1 being used, but being used as effectively is quite nice.
yeah. Right now, KKA has a pretty solid lead, but nothing that Quantum couldn't overcome with some type.
Ooh, that hurt.
I'm loving the Defender dash into the Rahu gun. Ooh, big damage.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, me
that was
too.
Nice.
I'm also really liking Quantum's backdash with the Rahu gun. Just getting that
It's
like
actually
retreating movement
been a
on
pretty
the
decent
big-
answer to this last
Oh,
so
that
far.
was a
It's
big
the
hit.
flame
Ooh,
that
big
can give him
damage
trouble.
here.
All right. It looks like Quantum's playing on the defensive, but is
Yes,
using a strategy
she's-
similar to mine.
She's
Yeah,
starting
Quantum
to
is using
the Rahu build,
in and out
it's got
strategy.
quite a bit
here.
of damage in with it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty
so
sure
much.
Rahu 1 outspaces Flame, which is nice for this particular matchup.
It does, but it's harder to
It does
space
look
with
like it.
Rahu 1 and Flame, I would say.
Switching over to the strike here.
Iron to the strike is interesting. Although, wait, she just used all of her jumps all at once and then got flamed for it.
Yeah, that's
So,
Yeah.
that's
you gotta
not very
watch
good
that.
jump
You
economy.
can't use them all
You can't-
real quick like that.
You can't leave yourself open, especially with all those jumps. It's like in Smash, you don't double jump right away, right? Sometimes
Nope.
you just gotta let it
Otherwise, you
let it
will
fly.
get caught. Exactly.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh,
Flame,
no.
that
Big
was
damage there.
Oh,
Flame
missed.
doing work.
Oh god.
Oh, damage!
The
That
second
is-
dash misses.
Oh
No-
my gosh, 6 health!
Oh, there
Oh,
it goes.
it's
There
down,
goes
it's
the
that
down.
was a
Flame.
bloody ending.
Out.
Oh god.
So
Yeah,
what happened?
That Ray Flame, if KKA closes the distance, he's just gonna like BX, BX, BX over and over again. And
Basically,
it
yeah.
will work.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
What ended up happening there? It looked like at the very
Now we
end,
go to
the
high-
switching to
high
Defender
rise.
would have worked if Defender could have gotten out. But Defender
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
trapped against the wall, and there's just nothing you can do at that point.
There was a really tragic moment where Quantum was trying to air dash out of the corner with Defender, but the Flame caught her jump and made her fall on the wrong side of the wall, which positioned her perfectly for a Ray collision. And then during her wake up, she didn't retreat. So like that
Yeah.
was really how it ended there.
But
I
a
would
very,
say
very
that.
awesome first game.
Yeah.
we're seeing some unique builds come out here, and what's more interesting than seeing the unique builds is seeing how they interact with each other and seeing how one can exploit the other, or seeing how one can shut down an offensive option that the other has. Looks like we're getting locked in immediately here for King Kickass, and Quantum is going to be switching out the
See, that's the
bomb.
beauty of
Solar
custom
Solar
Robo.
Pillar.
You have
Pillar
so many
bomb.
options, so many play
Oh, it's
styles,
running through
right?
the-
Even with
running through the
some
regular
options.
loop, That's fine.
Yeah, the diversity of play patterns in the game is immense. We see very little switching on both sides here.
And Solar Pillar is the custom bomb that's been put into the game, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
I see
So
right now,
cool.
that
It's
is
so
Proud to
Solar
see it.
Pillar.
That's Solar Pillar.
It is a slow-moving standard
wow.
bomb, but the hitbox is enormous.
It also looks really cool.
Very,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a very good looking bomb.
It is one that's notably better for against aerial builds, which it seems that they're not well. How it is. Quantum's not really playing very aerially right now.
Yeah, there's
Well,
a lot of
also
uh,
playing more
Well,
retreating
it's
style,
more meant
so
to counter aerial builds because you don't get that blast if you shoot it in the air. You have to shoot it.
Oh, the landing on Defender punished beautifully with the flame gun there.
That
we
was
are
a
seeing,
nice
hurt.
punish.
oh wow, that is
Yeah.
a hit.
we are getting. Oh wow,
Okay,
big
she
damage from Robo
escaped.
1.
She escaped. I mean, she escaped. I keep forgetting who's player 1 and who's player 2 right now.
Quantum got
Quantum is
trapped
player
for a-
2.
yeah,
I
Quantum got
believe
trapped for a
Quantum
minute
is
there,
the only member of the community who doesn't use he/him pronouns. If I'm correct. Anyways,
No, there's a few.
pretty tight game.
Oh, big damage from the Solar Pillar there. Oh, goes for the uppercut. Gets
Went for
flame
the
punished
short
right into the
uppercut.
Defender.
Just couldn't get anywhere with it.
Great
Quantum is
movement
getting
from the
so
Ray
much
here.
value out of just these defender dashes out of the corner with the retreating Rahu shot. Rahu on defender has been putting in some work here. And Wyvern Bomb is just a nice thing to fall back on when that strategy fails. Ooh,
We're seeing a lot of bombs and a lot of bombs and pods going
Oh,
off here.
Yeah, that
no.
seems to be a lot of KKA. KKA style. Just bombs,
Oh,
pods.
God.
Ooh, that hurt.
KK
Oh,
once
Rahu
again
doing
did his
big
classic
damage.
thing
Oh,
of
good
pushing
dash.
B and then pushing X, and it works.
Barely
But ain't
survived
broke,
there.
don't. It's a big
The
damage.
Rahu
They're barely
dash.
survived.
Whoa,
Switching
he was
over
Oh,
to
this
strike.
is a tight
Where?
game. This
So
is
Quantum
pretty
is at
close.
4 damage, and now KKA is at 26 on his red, and they're
Oh
really
my God.
close.
Strike,
oh,
strike
They're
has,
really close.
strike has right on the back foot.
Quantum's
Ray
really
gets
betting
down
it all on
there.
the defender. He's betting it all on the defender.
Oh,
it didn't work
no.
out. What?
Oh no, the
No!
dash
Oh,
being punished with the
see,
flame gun.
I would have just kept
That-
the same ones, because they were at equal damage basically on both pairs, right?
Dang,
You
she's
had
doing
yellow,
such a good
blue,
job
green was
of
like
making
all the same.
KKA come to her. And
Yeah,
she,
right now
that
we're
was
seeing
a-
we're
got a
seeing
little
like a
nice
big
game.
weakness
Hot.
with the
KKA
defender
staying.
is
Let's see what she chooses.
the Quantum on the defender. The biggest problem we have right now is once that dash is done, if KKA is close enough, then it's going to get punished, and a lot of damage is going to be dished out because of that. So you got to be
Correct.
really careful with those dashes because there's so much ending lag on them.
I think a couple interesting things to know about the set. First off, on KKA's side, his Ray is doing a lot more damage than the Halberd. The Halberd has actually not been pulling the weight, but the Ray has been doing like 80% of the damage.
Oh,
we're
here
seeing
it
a
comes.
switch over to
Yeah.
Metal Ape here.
Oh,
Okay.
Metal Ape
We're
is
seeing,
really good.
we're seeing hard counter
Hey,
pick here.
it's my build. That's
We're
not my
seeing
build,
the,
but I love that
big
build.
tough guys there.
Yeah, as soon as you see Metal Ape come out, you know we're looking for trades. We're looking for, you know, I can tank hits longer than your gun can hurt me. You know,
And Metal Ape Sniper is a very meta, very classic combination. It's popular. I play this a lot. A lot of other top players play this a lot. But right away, we have
The Halberd's
Strike
flash
Manager.
is
Ooh, big damage
Wow.
key to dealing with
Oh
this.
my god!
There's some
big
huge
Wait a
damage
sec.
being
You did
No.
shot
you
out.
did 250 damage to the Metal Grappler in the first 15 seconds?
Yeah.
Exactly.
What are you made of?
Oh,
Oh
we
my
just-
we
god,
just-
that was
we
over
just
the
talked
top.
about-
seconds, and the damage just
that was
keep
a
on
great
piling.
We talked
Oh
about
my
the Halberd
god.
not doing much
Do
work last
not
game.
sleep on KKA's aggression
Down
here.
Not at all.
He
Oh
is-
wow, big
he-
damage coming out here.
Oh my god.
Good dash there from Quantum to reposition, and let's
pretty
go back to a little bit of a
Quantum
neutral
just
game
resetting
here.
neutral, putting out some float pods, waiting
We've
for
seen
him to come to her.
we've seen a lot of
Ooh,
pods and
big
bombs
damage.
coming out. Looks like we're playing the
Big
range game. All right.
Let's give Quantum
Yeah,
the lead.
great, a great retreat there
More
from
big damage
Quantum.
to down him because he's getting hit.
The sniper
that
did it
hurts.
down. Oh, and that's
Ooh,
a
that
big
hurts.
punish.
That hurts more.
Oh, and the Crescent K. Oh, I'm doing a lot of work there too.
Ooh, that was
Oh
almost
my
it.
god. Oh my god.
This is still pretty close, all things
This
considered.
is absolutely. Rahu gun
God.
doing some good damage. What is the name of that gun that Halberd has
okay.
right now?
Halberd has
Both have
Flash.
one
Flash gun is
Robo,
really
one-
good.
Cool.
Somewhat
Yeah,
like
I love the
Robo.
way it looks.
It's
Okay, Defender
Ooh,
is
that
really
hit.
high
Okay.
up.
You know,
All right, so right now,
this is
good.
It
Pretty
feels
close.
like the
There's a lot of
momentum
time
has
left.
all been in
There's
favor
so
of
much time
KKA,
left. They do
but
not need to be
Quantum is
aggressive
actually
right
not far behind.
Yeah, no, Quantum needs one good Rahu gun
Whoa,
shot, and then
that
that's
was
it.
a really bad X button, and that was a really bad.
Oh,
No, so
Notice,
not
notice the
bad.
difference
Oh,
in
there
time
it
in
is.
these matches versus the other set. There's 89 seconds left
Yeah.
on the clock.
we are seeing
Yeah.
ruthless aggression from right out the gate from both sides, and that's why we're going to get these much faster matches. Once
think
again,
The
Go ahead.
adaptation I want to see from Quantum's end is that KKA has proven himself as being a very aggressive player, someone who is like really good at mashing buttons at close range. I think what Quantum needs to realize is that the second that KKA knocks you down, you just take like a half second to breathe. You get with your rebirth and you run the fuck away. I think
Or-
that's the strategy
or
you have to
just-
take.
or just like try to stay down for a little longer too could potentially help, right? Because if you time the rebirth,
yeah, you can
right?
dodge damage.
That's what I ended up doing inadvertently on one of the matches I ended up winning.
Yeah, I just think I feel like KKA is just too good at responding to those wake up close range trades, and like Quantum has tried to do that a few times with like the Rahu and the Sniper, and I just think it's probably more advantageous to her to reset neutral, get the defender retreating Rahu one hits that she's gotten so much mileage
Yes.
off of, instead of trying to win these close range interactions, because that's the zone where KKA wants to play.
Yeah, I've noticed momentum seems to severely shift whenever defender goes in towards King Kick-Ass, and because of that, when it's not being used defensively, it's being punished very hard. Also,
Yeah, 'cause there's-
Halberd
yeah.
putting in work
Yeah.
that round, absolutely. You know,
Because
we talked
the
about
high
how
jump-
Halberd wasn't very involved in the previous round. This round, absolutely, it was
Yes,
involved.
Halberd was
That's in
was,
part because
KKA's
Flash
best
is really
answer
good against
sniper, and KKA knew that and utilized it well.
And like the
Yeah,
high jump
alright.
gives a lot of mobility, especially for evasion.
Absolutely.
Game
All right,
4,
we are
we
getting
start out
started.
with Quantum trying to make some space, but getting caught up by a
The
Crescent K
needle, I
bomb.
like it. That's gonna
Yeah,
alleviate
yeah,
those
Needle,
matchups.
I think Needle's a really good pick here.
Yeah.
I think
really-
she can
yeah.
get a lot of value off of it. We're more accustomed to seeing these like Metal Ape Needle builds being aggressive, but she just wants to chill and punish approaches with it, which is completely viable.
Like she kind of needs to at this point, just because, well, things like that would happen.
Yeah.
Where you just
However,
kind of
she
get.
is
Here's what we're experiencing. We're looking at more of a turtling playstyle here from Quantum, but it's sort of playing into the game that KK wants to play.
Correct.
because KK is trying to
Because-
play it
mainly
faster.
because of this Rahu build here and the way she's choosing to play with the middle grappler.
Yeah, something tragic to see is that like Metal Ape is a build that's supposed to be able to win trades, and in the first minute of this game, she's very much not been winning the trades here.
Oh no!
So
Yeah,
that-
it's been going heavily in favor
like,
of
like
KK.
oh my god. That was a lot of
Big
damage.
damage,
Oh, God.
big damage.
Good
Having
dodge
to
by
switch
KK
into the
there.
defender.
Get out of the corner,
That
get out
was
of the corner,
a
get out of the
brilliant
corner.
dodge.
She didn't get out of the corner, and now she's gonna be taking a bunch of damage.
Yeah, this is where things get dicey.
Didn't get,
now.
okay, well that time it worked out for her.
See, I
Now
think
she's
that
running, getting her pods
move-
going, resetting neutral, and spacing out the Rahu.
Like
Yeah, right
hindsight, I would say that her best move would have been to go for like a speedier
Okay,
build
she's being a lot
because
more
he
patient
really
with
wants to
this,
go
spacing it out better. Let's see
defensive.
if she can.
Yeah, right now,
Oh, got the
Quantum
damage speed spot, not the
Quantum
down speed
is
spot.
is
Ooh,
running
got
into
him.
the issue of having just inferior
I didn't like
mobility
that.
to both mods.
I didn't
Yeah.
like that
Big
charge.
damage here.
Yeah, I didn't like the charge either. I think KK looks really comfortable here.
Yeah, this is kind of his element. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Was
he,
it
I also
he
think-
wants people to get it in his
Oh,
face.
okay. Missed.
I also think she really
She
needs
almost-
to kind of
if
go
that
hit
Rahu
and
landed,
run.
she could have
Oh
killed
my
him,
God.
but-
Oh, big
Oh,
X
that was a
button
nice,
there.
clean collision
Good.
ending.
I think that was a
KK just wants-
good
he wants
read
to be
for
the biggest,
KKA right
baddest man
there.
at the
Oh,
bar.
absolutely. And once again, we're seeing what happens. Quantum ended up in the corner with the Fender after a dash, and it was just completely punished.
Okay, we're on
Uh,
L form now.
yeah.
I would really like
Yeah.
to see a switch off the Rahu one. It's just
Yeah, it's just not it's
Yeah.
not quite panning out. I think as Quantum wants right now, Defender is dealing with an inability to create enough space to be safe after a dash. The Rayo 1 and Halberd have both been able to catch up and then deal some big damage once that dash ends.
it's just too much risk factor involved in that build versus the matchups because if there's two sweet spots, there's a down sweet spot and a damage sweet spot. If she gets the down sweet spot, she's fine. But if she gets the damage sweet spot, they take some damage, but he's still gonna win the trade. So
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like even if
So I think-
she
yeah.
lands, it's 50-50, and then she's not going to land every time. It's just been costing her too much along the way.
Oh,
See, here's the thing.
Oh,
He's
he's
saying
switching to
King
chicken.
kick ass. He's flexing a little bit. He's going for Chicken Heart because he loves Chicken Heart.
He
Ooh,
does
no, Chicken-
actually use this build. This is not
Chicken Heart
This
is
is a-
not something you sleep on. You do not sleep on Chicken Heart. Do not do that.
No, you do not,
And
as you'll see later when it's my
King
turn.
kick ass in particular, he has a lot of practice with the combo game with this character. He is really good at connecting one or two claws into a crescent K or a collision. Like, he is very practiced with it. The first time I played him in friendlies, he got that with me. He got me that a lot.
Okay,
So
it
we'll
looks like
we'll
she's-
see if Quantum has
She might
play
finally be
experience
switching
against
off
Claw.
Defender Rahu here. I think this is her key to victory right now.
Okay,
She has
so
to
we
go
are
fund this
seeing-
build for this set.
I
I
think
feel like
so,
it has
yeah.
to be a bit more than just which build, right? Because for me, my opinion, based on like what I'm seeing, is she needs to do one of two things. Either A, go all in with aggressive, right? Risk getting hit with KKA, but make better trades. Or B, play a better runaway game, and you would need more mobile builds to do a runaway game.
We're gonna see an aerial beauty model.
Well, just
I-
switching the build
I-
is going to help with that because the sheer lack of
She
respect
does have a-
KK was allowed to have for the Rahu build was making it very easy to rest
So-
her down.
I mentioned at the very beginning that Quantum is someone who's known for like playing with a lot of different things and being a big dabbler, but Soul is one of the robos that she has the most overall experience with. Like
Correct.
I've played against her Soul many times, and I think that Soul is a really good robo for the mid-range, and I think that the Chicken Heart build may struggle at fighting a mid-range battle, whereas it's really good at up-close stuff. Claw does have have a blind spot that you can exploit if you can react from the mid-range. So I think Soul is actually a pretty good pick here. But
So this is
Yes,
gonna
I
be a
agree.
little more
Has that magic
dependent
knowledge.
on how
I'm
good
definitely
Chicken
agreeing
Heart
with
is
this build
at
change.
getting in.
But we'll see if it's
Yeah,
enough for her to make a turnaround because we are on
I
set
mean,
point here.
Yeah.
No bias, I'm a Soul
is
main,
4-0.
but yeah. all the bias.
Well, it's
All right,
not
we are
even
getting
necessarily
into the
biased
match
whenever
now.
it's 4-0. You got to start talking about what the O has to do to make
Right.
To come back.
yeah.
That's it.
All right,
Match
getting into
point.
the match here.
It could very well be match point.
Yeah, I mean, Quantum
Ooh.
needs to win this
Good
game in order to
damage
stay
with the
alive.
needles.
Okay, good play from Quantum.
Okay, Quantum already got a good start here. Already in the
Quantum, yeah,
lead.
starting off clean, but it's like that.
Yeah,
Definitely takes a lot of
that's
damage.
a tank right there. You gotta evade.
Oh no!
Fortunately, it doesn't look like.
If she collisions there, she
Ooh,
There
man,
we
a
go.
lot of big damage coming out on this Soul right now. Okay, good damage there coming back.
Oh!
Chicken Heart coming out.
Hard to miss.
Oh,
That was some
getting
weird
punished.
trading
Oh,
right there.
yeah,
Not all
right.
bad.
And they
Double
both-
down.
We got some
They both
movement.
traded.
We got some tricks. We got some mix-ups.
See if we see some more patience from players here.
Okay,
because
this
once
is a
again,
really
we're at
close
1:28
game,
on
but
the
this is
clock,
one
and
where
both
a
players
single
are
mistake.
She stared that chicken in the face.
half health.
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Where's my bullet? Oh god. All right. Yeah.
Okay,
So
Ray
far,
is
the
down.
Soul Sniper's paying off really well.
Yes.
That was
yes.
a great catch.
This is
Oh
KK
my
is
god.
not really
gigantic
going to
change.
be
And she's
aggressive,
starting-
aggression on as much.
She
Yeah,
was a little
actually, he's
greedy
chilling
with it
more.
at first. She's starting to play correctly with it, which is just run away, wait for KK to commit, and then hit him with a sniper.
Okay, right now we're in that situation where it looks like KK's it's stuck
Oh,
on
no,
Chicken
no.
Heart right now. Big damage
Oh.
coming out.
Oh, okay. That was not a good collision.
No,
and
it was a
he took a
bad
bunch of damage.
charge right there. That's a
Yeah.
charge you just kind of eat it for.
Okay,
That
going
wall
for
saved
basically
her.
a reset here on neutral. Okay.
I
Good sniper
agree with the
punish.
switch.
Ooh.
I think the switch was. Oh,
Good
but that was
combo.
a big punish.
That was a bad charge. That was a
really
that was
good
a
combo.
good charge.
Oh,
Oh, that was a really good
You heard
charge.
me pop my man up earlier? Oh yeah.
Man,
He got this. Like Quantum's still ahead here though.
He's got to
he
be
can
careful.
Still clutch
Though.
this
He
out.
cannot switch out.
Absolutely.
Could be, but it's really close. Well, I mean, if she
That's
switches
it.
it.
Oh.
Switching's
Good
probably
job.
the
Okay,
worst
good
idea
job.
to go
Oh,
for right
and
now.
Quantum
Hey,
gets
there you
around.
go.
Nicely
That's it.
done.
Nice.
The solar pillar taking that final hit.
Big ups to Quantum. Big ups.
Absolutely, that was some
All right,
wonderful
we're 4-1
adaptation.
now.
It's chicken.
That was a
4-1.
good win. Honestly, that was a
We
really
got-
good win for K.
Yeah, and
not
you know,
KK.
I
Quantum.
I think
Yes.
things really started
Okay.
to spice up in that very beginning there. We saw the Metal Ape do what it was supposed to do there in the beginning,
He's
dishing out
using the switch
lots of
first,
damage,
which is
tanking
interesting.
hits.
He's going chicken splash.
I'm surprised he's still going chicken though. That I mean,
Yeah.
chicken did some good damage, but I don't think chicken optimally did
Yeah,
much.
Chicken
Well,
was getting outranged, and when Chicken was
he's,
doing the charge move, just wasn't able to do what he needed to do.
Like he
I
miss
think
and they
Chicken
get
can do
punished
well against
instantly.
Ace.
He's up 4-1.
I think the Chicken Claw can do well against Ace. I
Sure,
don't
yeah.
like it against the Soul. I think that Quantum's decision making under pressure is just a lot better in that game, and we'll see if that carries over to this game. Because KKA is nothing but
Yes,
pressure.
that's really what it's coming down to. It's just better.
Oh,
making
big
under
damage
pressure.
here.
That
Like,
was
this
a
is the
nice
sort of
conversion.
I was used to
And
seeing
then
from KK in the first few.
And reset.
Okay, there
All
we
right.
go. Now, oh, good,
Okay,
good
well,
down
KK
there.
Was that was a strategic down.
That was, yeah.
KKA starting out with
Good.
a pretty big lead.
Okay,
We
ooh,
got some-
But
catching the
that lead's getting closed a little.
Okay,
Yeah,
waiting for KK
catching
to
chicken
commit,
out.
forcing favorable
Smash X,
matchups.
smash X,
Good
oh.
choices from Quantum so far, but the health differential is
ooh,
not
big damage
Oh,
here
no.
coming out from the flame gun.
That missed sniper was huge.
And that
He
could
needs-
very
needs
well
to take a
cost
big-
the.
take a
Wow,
deep
he
breath
actually
and-
went for it a little.
Just chill for a minute, because there's
That's-
a lot of time on the clock.
Flame is such a tricky gun, how it curves around walls like that sometimes.
Good sniper.
Wow, that was a
Ooh.
great snipe. Yeah. Ooh, good down, good down.
Ooh, that
Good
was
damage.
a great needle.
Okay.
Because KK didn't have the combo there,
Ooh.
and Quantum reacted.
stuff.
And once again, she reacted to
Good stuff.
KK's
KK
hit
getting
going-
greedy.
and needling the downed ray.
About 3 from
Yeah,
Quantum
This
is
is good. This is
Actually
good stuff.
reading KKA's charges. I actually
Yeah.
think that's it.
That-
Suddenly, this game is pretty even.
I think the
Oh,
needle.
now
the
it's
needle
not.
oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Big damage
Oh,
coming
but
out. from
that's
Chicken
still a
Heart.
read. And
Oh,
that's still
KK.
capitalizing.
Oh God. Oh,
Oh
Overwhelmingly.
my god.
Be greedy on the
Oh,
charge.
wait, but that's-
come on, Quantum, watch it out. Bring us to a game 6.
Oh,
KK's Quantum
Okay,
leading,
classic
Quantum
on
coming
leading.
down on the
That
metal.
is a very interesting thing to go for.
Big damage here. The needle gun. The needle gun's doing
Nice
a
little
lot of
needle
really
pick.
good work for Quantum right now.
I think though this looks
Okay.
like
well,
she Quantum
regenerating
needs to
health.
get a good.
The pace of the game has gotten so much
careful
slower,
tonight.
which is actually
Oh.
favoring Quantum. Oh,
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but Quantum has the
it isn't
Oh,
enough
no,
because
no.
Oh,
Quantum-
no.
switch, able to get out. Oh, that snipe
two
misses.
snipers in a row.
Ooh,
There.
oh, wow,
Oh,
that was what? That was what 100
Oh.
damage at
Great.
least.
congrats
1
to
dash.
KKA. Congratulations. That was very well played to
Very
both
well
of you
played.
guys.
Very well played. Very
Yes.
well played. Great adaptation there. We just saw a couple times where punishable moves got punished.
And then just like
Yeah.
that, and the mistakes were made. I mean, it
Absolutely.
was a 5-1, but it was still close for each of the games.
Oh, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
What I think
Very, very good,
The
yeah.
deciding
Very good
factor
fighting.
was like Money was saying, decision making under pressure. Your decision making under pressure gets better when you practice a lot, and KKA practices
Absolutely.
a lot. Quantum doesn't practice nearly as much, so that was the
Yeah. I think one of the things
the big decider here. Otherwise, I would say the skill levels were actually pretty close because the games are very close. But
absolutely.
when it came down to the wire, KKA was just more prepared for those moments.
we saw the power of momentum. When KKA was able to get stuff going, it was really hard for Quantum to battle back from that.
Let's get NG1 and Faffy.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to step off the commentary booth because like I got some work and stuff to do. Next tournament, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the name has been, at least according to Comedy, the shoutouts to Comedy, if you guys don't know, kind of helping us with this June tournament.
Yes,
if I remember correctly, it's going to be like Reawaken the Mech. So guys, are you ready to reawaken the mech in June? Let us know. I'll see you next time.
Take it easy, Rick, Jason.
Let's see if we can get NG1 in here. Yes, GG's to both players. That was a
very, very good fight. We really saw when Quantum was able to force the slower game, KKA struggled a lot more. I think once KKA was able to get into the groove and able to get the momentum of that close range, fast-paced battle, it ended up being a little bit more of a downhill effort for KKA versus the uphill struggle that Quantum had to deal with.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of Quantum's big wins were just from when she reset neutral and created space.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a common play pattern for anyone playing against KKA. Honestly, there are not many people who approach as hard and mash as hard as he did.
Okay, we can go ahead and close.
I'm
game,
always
please.
happy. Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get our first to 7 here.
Frequent member. Oh yeah. Is this the first of 7?
Yes.
All right.
We got MG1
MG1
versus Faffy Waffy. So this is kind
all
of.
All right, Faffy Waffy, I saw you talking shit in chat. You better be the best player I ever seen.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's been talking a lot of shit in chat. Actually,
I want to take a moment to gas up both these players.
This is probably one of the most interesting matchups in the tourney here because all the other matchups on paper were very closely matched, similar experience levels and all that. This match we have the number 6 ranked PR player versus current unranked Faffy Waffy, but Faffy Waffy has been a lot more active than MG1 has. MG1 has not been very active this year, so we really have. It's hard to say who's the favorite in this one. This is going to be an interesting.
Is this going to be a changing of the old guard, or are we going to see experience trump the young upstart?
It could be.
Let me talk on these. Let me talk on these two for a second. So, MG1 last year ranked number 6 in the PR, whereas I was ranked number 5. However, in my head-to-head with MG1 in particular, every time I personally faced MG1 in bracket, he 3-0'd me every single time. Even though
right.
I ultimately did better.
I forgot about that.
He was my kryptonite for the year. So MG1 is a very talented player who can play patient, but also can play aggro. He's really good with the metal grappler stuff. Faffy Waffy, new blood, as Beerus is saying, but I have played Faffy Waffy in maybe 40 games total over the course of like 2 nights of friendlies. And let me tell you, Faffy Waffy has like an 80% win rate on me. And I was number 5 last year.
He's
Faffy
very good.
Waffy is new, but he is legitimate. He is a very good player.
Interesting.
He's so patient. He's very defensive, and he knows how to take his opportunities. He knows how to punish you for like little cheeky errors.
Yeah, I have a feeling. Based on the experience of these players and their experience with each other or lack thereof, it's going to come down to who can adapt better and quicker. I think that adaptation is going to be probably more important in this match than it has in the prior, just because the prior matches, we had similar skill levels and experience levels. This is a little bit different now, with Faffy being a little less experienced and MG being the more experienced of the two. It's going to come down to how fast MG can adapt to an unknown playstyle and how quickly Faffy can adapt to the experience that comes with playing for as long as MG has.
Exactly. Yeah, I am really, really interested in seeing how this will go break
Yes,
down.
this is
new blood versus old blood. The old guard versus the new hotness. Who will come out on top?
I expect we're going to see a lot of metal apes in this one. I'm expecting a lot of Metal Apes. I might be
I'm all
wrong,
about those
but
beefy boys, so bring
yeah,
on the
and
metal apes, bring on the metal
I
We
oxes.
shall see.
I also know that Faffy is a fan of the funky big heads too.
I was just about to say, where are my funky big head players? I need to see that seal head. I need to see that dour head. Where are the
I
weird
think
looking ones?
I think Funky plays a lot of tank head if I remember right.
Ooh, tank head.
Yes, he
Faffy
Okay.
plays.
does. He
So
plays a lot of funky big head. Okay,
I do love me some funky
let's
big heads.
King Kitcast, if you're listening, can you go ahead and repost room codes so MG1 and Faffy can join up?
Mhm. For the record, I think this first 7, this will be the last thing I commentate for the day. After this, I have to spend some time with my girlfriend. But
Not
I
a
cannot
problem.
wait to watch this.
Not a problem. If Goblin's still here, I may just pull him on voice chat because he has been watching the
Yeah,
whole time, so he might as well, honestly.
I'm sure Goblin would love to hop in and talk a bit. We'll see. Or maybe after after Faffy and MG1 play, maybe one of those two can jump in instead.
All right. It looks like we have a bit of a humdinger of a match coming up, guys. It
Yeah, this
should
is
be fun.
personally this is my most anticipated match of the day.
Oh.
Really?
Now,
Interesting.
Yeah,
with everything you know about both these players, obviously it's hard to, say which one will win over the other. But in your experience, having played both of them, who would you put your money on?
it's very close.
Money.
It's very close. I think I'm going to put my money on Faffy.
I
Ooh, giving it to the new hotness.
I
it's
think
it's
so.
tough, but I have to say the same because we kind of just saw the whole up and coming player that's been practicing a lot versus veteran player that's been gone for a little while. We kind of just saw how that plays out, and it plays out very close up until the end, where the person who's been playing a lot more recently has the edge because they're more comfortable in those really close, about to die scramble situations.
Okay, so it looks like Faffy is the favorite to win here.
I would also say I'm gonna favor Faffy because not only because Faffy has been playing a lot more recently, but also because I think MG1's play patterns are going to be ones that Faffy's familiar with, even if these two haven't played each other before. I think MG1 is very good at what he does, but I think his play patterns are pretty conventional in a way. He does just some safe neutral and then some aggressive dashing in with the metal grappler whenever he spies an opening. And I think that Faffy is going to be able to catch on to the rhythm.
Oh, Bunny, real quick, I think you're gonna have to hop out of the room. It gets glitchy, and we have 5 people in one room.
Oh, okay, I'll just watch the stream then.
I appreciate it. So KKA, go ahead and take me and you off ports, and then put MG player 1 and Fappy player 2. Well, MG1 and KKA have really good ping together.
Nice. Do we know what regions they're from?
I don't, but KKA is magically pretty good connection with everybody, so we kind of have him host everything if he's available.
That is really nice.
It is,
All right,
yeah.
so I guess now that I'm watching stream, in terms of commentary, I'm probably gonna be in sync with Banana, but not with Beerus. That's all right. But with Bananiel.
We got this. We're now on the
Okay,
same.
let
on
me
the
let
same
MG1
wavelength.
know he's player
Once
1.
again, guys, as previously stated, there is no memory card in slot A. Keep that in mind. It's a very important detail.
Okay, the next two
Uh,
sets will be first to 7, so from every set on, we're going to do just start with basic stage and run through the stage list. If we go all the way through practice stage, it's right back to basic Z. KKA is player 1? Well, whoever's player 1, that's weird.
wait, why would KKA be player 1? KKA isn't even playing this.
Let me add him.
We're getting the room opened up, and we are going to be hopefully starting the
We
game
might be
here
looking at
fairly
like
soon.
some slight technical hangups, but we'll be back up and running in the near future.
Yeah, I think AKA just forgot to set ports. No big deal.
Yeah, that's probably just.
Oh. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me go ahead and close out my thing and rejoin, because whenever someone starts the game, then closes it and starts it again, it always crashes for me for some reason. Ooh, it's not letting me join. Did y'all start game? If y'all started game.
Bananiel, when you were streaming this game for yourself, what kind of playstyle do you gravitate towards when you were playing story mode?
I am a big fan of up close and personal. I like using the knuckle gun. I like using the stun gun. Drill gun was my favorite when I played when I was younger. I stick with the Rayo one as my primary unit just because I like his dash,
Okay, we just
or
need to get
not the
Fafi in
dash,
again.
the charge move. I like his charge move the most, and
Yeah.
it tends to work out fairly well. Especially the Rayo one's a solid choice in the campaign mode just because it's an all-around fighter. You're as long as you're fairly decent at adaptation, doesn't really matter what you go up against.
Yeah, I feel that. That makes sense. Rayo one Crash is really, really good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I am partial to Strike Vanishers. Just the Omaewa Mo Shinderu of it all is very fun.
You heard it here first, folks. Strike Vanishers, the most anime fighters in this anime Robo fighting game.
Oh,
hey
of course.
man, it's the teleport behind you of the entire series.
The
you gotta
instant
love
transmission, of course,
model.
is anime.
Absolutely. Yeah, no lie. Strike Vanishers are like Naruto characters. It works out. It's fine.
Absolutely. All they need to do is leave a log behind.
Did KKA set the ports?
So, what anime would each Robo class represent?
Oh, okay. That's a great question. Let's see.
I think Rayo 1 would be My Hero Academia.
Oh, hands down,
right.
yeah.
Any
generic, any generic shonen anime fits the Shining Fighter models, pretty much
Aerial Beauties?
entirely. Aerial Beauties, you got yourself, maybe some of those.
Okay, I think we're good now.
Academia?
Yeah, something like that. Something more akin to
something flighty.
Yeah, maybe Symphogear would be a pretty solid choice.
I could see that. I think it's obvious that Metal Grapplers are JoJo.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, you're approaching me.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got your Strike Vanishers, which are your Bleach and Naruto characters.
Or Dragon Ball Z, any of those. Really.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, a little Dragon Ball Z up in there.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Strike Vanisher with ultimate legs is Dragon Ball Z. That's what we call that.
Yeah, that checks.
Weird things.
I feel like Lightning Sky would have to be like some kind of racing anime.
Oh, what? Like Initial D, hands down.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
We're getting funky big heads. Yes.
There it is. There's a funky big head for you.
I was waiting for him. I think we've gotten every type of robot in here now. Every type of robo has been represented.
From Twitch chat right now, I want to see one if that was the best side conversation ever on a custom robo stream. 2 if it was the worst.
3 if you decline to answer.
3 if you're not a weed. How about that?
There you go. Okay, so we have Halberd and Metal Ape over here, and then wait.
Double funky big heads from
Are we getting double big heads? Oh my god.
Yeah, we got 2.
Oh my god, double tank head. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, are we camping? We got some floaty campy.
This could be really good in the sense that you have a play style and you can stick to it and make things work, but it can also be bad because you got 2 robots with the same capability, like movement capabilities, and if you figure out how to exploit one, learn how to exploit both.
So, for those of you who don't know, we're playing Patch Custom Robo, and as of the patches, shout out to Goblinoids for doing the patches for us, Funky Big Heads is the most nerfed class as of the patches because they were oppressively good.
It's the only nerf class.
Funky Big Heads were cancerously good. And the nerf that they got, not only was their defense reduced a bit, I believe, but also they lost their midair jump. They only have one. They
only have the
one
ground
I think
left
they
jump.
lost down, not defense. They still have the highest defense.
Oh, down?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. But yeah,
Just getting the charge.
they are still. Funky Big Heads are still very viable despite the nerfing that has happened to them. And that was a nice splash to collision.
Very nice finish.
Good sniper.
All right. See, right now
This is a tight game. This
is a tight game. Although-
He's doing well.
I mean,
despite,
Faffy's got a pretty good lead.
Oh, good
but,
down there.
Oh my, that collision. What a... Yo, my man knows how to press the X button. I feel like I've been
Good
saying that a
needle
lot
dodge,
today.
needle there. Oh, a collision to escape the collision. That's what I like to see.
Yeah, whenever that happens, I like to call it a mating display. Oh god. Alright, we have a lot more retreating.
Ooh, big damage coming on. Forcing switching to the metal aid.
Wow, that was a nice, clean conversion
he's
right
getting
there.
he's getting a lot of mileage out of the charts though. He
Oh,
was getting
this
a lot
is
of
why I
mileage
thought-
out of submarine Pete.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is why I thought Faffy had the edge, because I think Faffy's defense is just really,
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, the double tank heads here are you know, I wasn't confident in the strategy at first, but I'm starting to like it. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
the
good
Funky Big Head
game one.
airplay is it's
MG1's a smart
Yeah.
player. He's got a lot of time to adapt, but that was a pretty definitive game one. Alright, let's see if there's any counterpicks or adaptations. I feel like Halberd's Sniper, I'm not sure how I feel about that build in the matchup, because Sniper is hard to hit on a Funky Big Head, and it also doesn't down.
Yeah, just because they have so much aerial maneuverability, it's very hard to land that.
seems
Yeah,
switching
like, I
off
think-
here. Metal aid,
Let's see what MG1 counterpicks do.
needle, double needle. It only gets to change one per round, so we're going double needle.
Ooh. I mean, I feel like the Ape Needle, I think, was better in that last game because the burst
Oh,
movement was decent for catching Faffy's landings. Oh no, so the first build is the same. Is he just switching the order of the builds?
Oh,
Oh, interesting.
he's allowed to do this. Correct. I was
Yeah.
about to jump in and say, hey, only one, but if you're not changing the build,
switching their position, yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, okay. Well, also, the second build
I
is
forgot we
different. It's
allowed
a
that.
Halberd Snipe. Oh, yeah. It's the same build, it's just a different order.
Yeah.
Alright.
That might be the first time I've seen someone utilize that rule.
I think
Alright.
it kind of makes sense.
Getting
I think,
started off with a
if
nice
you-
little bomb shot there.
If you think that your Metal Grappler is going to trade against a punk,
Oh, no.
that was
Big damage, big damage. Oh wow, those
Glider.
eagles are doing work.
absolutely
Glider is really
does
good
Metal
against
Grappler.
Metal Grappler. It's really hard for Metal Grappler to avoid that, and it's pretty good damage.
Switching over
Oh,
to
that
the
was nice
halberd
play.
here.
Albert has much better tools to dodge the glider. This is 100%.
Oh man, this keep out game is rough. Okay, so right now we're seeing the issue with the sniper here because of how maneuverable the funky big heads are. The sniper cannot land a clean shot. Oh, as I say that.
This game has been pretty dominant for Faffy so far. Faffy has twice as much hit points as MG at this stage.
And has
More,
completely
honestly.
untouched funky big head. Yeah.
That was a nice sniper read, but Faffy also punished him with a good switch. And
Ooh,
the
wow,
needle
Metal Ape going down
connecting, but
very
not
well.
doing much damage and not downing.
And once again, we're at that critical moment where you really can't switch into your other bot, so you're forced to stay on one, and that can spell demise for a player. And right
One
now
thing
we
about
have
Needle in this matchup is that Needle's a super good gun in general. It's one of the best guns in the game. But Needle pops Funky Big Heads up in the air and also doesn't put them in enough hit stun that you can always convert off of it. And the fact that Funky Big
That'll
Heads
do
get
it.
so much out of their air drift without jumping,
that's it.
yeah,
again,
that's the end.
That maneuverability is just okay. So for those of you that don't know, the Strike Vanisher models, they have a really good aerial maneuverability, and they disappear for a bit, so you can kind of mix up where you're going, confuse your opponent. However, ground game is sort of lacking. Same thing with Metal Ape, very lacking in regards to the ground game. Decent aerial maneuverability, but the edge in maneuverability is definitely going to the double tank head build over here, which is it's definitely playing well. Faffy really knows what they're doing with that setup.
Honestly, I think Funky Big Head might still be the best Robo class in the game at this point, despite all of the
possibly.
nerfing.
Yeah, they were
It might
rebuffed a
still
bit,
just
and I
be
believe
that good.
their their lateral movement is actually a little better than it was even in vanilla. They just still don't have their 2 jumps; they only get one extra jump. So I don't know. It seemed like a bit much to add to them so soon. We didn't
Well,
really get.
we'll have to leave it up to Goblinoid's review.
He's already said
possible.
he's
I mean-
interested in re-nerfing them, so we'll see how the next patch goes. Actually, I think he already did. He was he really wanted us to implement patch 4.2 before this event, but we
Ooh,
simply
we're getting a
cannot
funky
we can't
big head
implement
model
patches the day of events. It's not fair to players.
MG is pulling
Yeah, that's
out
fair.
the funky big head of their own, pulling out the dour head. Very interesting.
I think this is a good switch. I think
yeah.
I think the Halberd is kind of holding him back.
Absolutely.
I'm not sure the Metal Ape is doing well, but I think the Halberd is doing poorly.
Oh my god, my chat is going crazy right now. You just saw it, yeah.
Oh
Swap,
my God.
swap the Swift. Interesting man. Person.
Okay, right now we're seeing Metal Ape getting slapped there for a second.
Ooh,
Back to neutral
Okay.
game here. Oh, good damage.
oh.
Big damage coming down. Okay, dour head coming out.
Oh
Funk-
god.
Oh my god.
Faffy's conversions off Faffy's splash collision conversions are so clean and so violently. It's like he has such a slow defensive playstyle, and then suddenly out of nowhere, bam, smacks you in the face.
Absolutely.
It's so brutal. It's just instant downs.
I don't know about the sniper gun being put onto the dour head. I feel like that's sort
I
of
think it's
nullified.
reasonable. I'm not sure it's the best thing he could do, but I think it's.
I'm not sure
I
if,
think
it,
it's.
if it matches up well, but Sniper on Dowerhead is definitely.
Yeah, I think in this
established
matchup though it doesn't work as well, just because you're dealing with someone equally as maneuverable. Although we are
Yeah,
seeing
Yeah, Sniper is not really shutting down.
big damage coming out here.
Okay,
Okay,
big
Ape
hit.
coming out, doing decent damage there with the needle and the
Ooh,
charge.
that was a nice little ape conversion there. That was some good hits.
Probably the most competitive game so far, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
for
definitely
sure.
say the maneuverability that came with the other big
Good
head
sniper.
helped a lot. Classic Modok 2.0.
All right. MG1 still
Yes,
behind,
for
but he's
a
not
quick
lagging
little
behind by
history
as
lesson,
much.
Goblinoid ran back in 2019 when Goblinoid was the #1 player. He ran Sniper Dowerhead and called it
That's
what
hilarious.
he did.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be it.
Yeah. So Faffy is like
Oh,
I guess the new
big
Modok
damage.
main.
He's the new
Oh,
he's the new
God.
Buzz Lightyear main apparently. Goblinoid mainly used
Well-
Dowerhead, whereas Gopher Broke, another top player from our past, used the Glider, Tankhead, Acrobat.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think Faffy's been using I mean, I know Faffy like practices Acrobat, but I don't know if it's like really his main thing. Having a bomb on Funky Big Head is a big asset. Anyways,
absolutely.
that was still a clean win from Faffy there.
It looks like
Yeah,
he's
that was-
mostly
that was
using
a
the
lot
Acrobat on
closer,
the
though.
Glider, which I agree with.
Yeah, right now we really got to figure out a way in which we can counteract that aerial maneuverability that Faffy has with the double tank head.
He's switching.
I have
He's switching off
personally,
Glider
for competitive
That's an
purposes,
interesting
trying
choice.
to
He
find
did
a
have a.
counterpick to that.
Okay.
I think that makes sense. I actually like the homing star pick here because Glider is really good against the Metal Ape, but not good against the Dowerhead, whereas homing star is still strong against Metal Ape, but much better in the Funky Big Head mirrors. And I think homing star is a pretty good answer. Homing star.
We getting double
Similar to
dour
like-
head versus
My
double
man
tank
oh
head?
god,
These are-
maximum
I
cancer,
don't mind them, they're funny.
maximum cancer. Oh
Please
god,
mute
here it is.
Swift and delete. Huh. Good.
I'm sorry, what's going on in Twitch chat? I didn't see.
Someone posted.
We have a
giant dog.
user spamming something.
Eggplants.
Yes.
Should I give him a timeout? I don't like banning people, but I'll give him a timeout. How do I? Let's see. 5 minutes. 5-minute timeout.
All right, so we're getting double dower versus double tank head. This is going to be some funky big head action. Oh, a lot of
Nice,
damage
all
already
right.
going down here.
Absolutely.
Needle on the funky big head's an interesting choice. So far, getting stuffed out by the homing star. Homing star is a high damage gun. It is high.
Yeah. Doing a lot of work right now, too.
Funky big head can do stuff to get around it. Like you can just jump over the blast, but it's not the easiest thing to do. And the needles are so far not really connecting here.
Okay, getting a little damage here, but right now, things heavily in favor of Faffy.
Oh,
See
that submarine conversion was rough.
Yeah, MG1 may have to resort to some hard counters before too long. Maybe some Sword Storm, maybe some Gravity Gun.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
sure, like,
Sword Storm would be really good.
You know, before the balance patch, MG1 used to be a MODOK main, and then after the balance patch, he was playing Metal Grapplers. And I'm sure right now he's thinking like, wow, why did I ever switch off to MODOK? This shit is busted. Crack. Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, MODOK is
Like,
still...
is this
Ooh,
Faffy's,
big damage here.
Faffy's positioning is just so good at forcing approaches here.
It really is, yeah. It's making it much more difficult for MG to actually even get in and get anything going.
Like, Faffy's whole playstyle is like every inch is a mile.
So, in all of these games, the trades have eventually become competitive, but it sort of takes MG1 a second to get comfortable, whereas Faffy will have done a bit of damage by now. So even though they're kind of going back
Yeah.
and forth now, Faffy already had the lead, so it's still very much in
yeah.
Faffy's favor.
MG's gonna have to pull out some some big
This is very
tricks
much
here
in
in order
Faffy's
to
favor
just
to the
like
tune
that,
of like
Faffy kinda
400 to 500 hit
decided.
points.
Yeah, this you definitely tell Faffy is a very momentum-based player, and once momentum gets started,
Is definitely still getting used to the one dash on Monkey Big Head.
yeah. I think one of the things here, it looks like MG wants to play a slower, more methodical game, and Faffy is not allowing that.
I really admire Faffy's ability to just switch up and
There it is.
transition to a more aggressive positioning all at once. That was a nice conversion.
That was a
Just-
very nice conversion.
Oh,
The double
I'm
tank
in
hit
love with
coming in
that.
clutch again.
Flash, submarine, splash, crash. Just, brutal.
All right, and then
So
that
well
was.
executed.
Are we at
I think it's
5-0?
4-0 now.
Goodness.
Is it 4 or 5? Oh.
That was just L form, right? So then we're on Flower Garden.
Yeah.
Okay, Faffy
Getting a
changing
weapon
to Sniper
change here.
himself. Using Crescent P. Switching to
interesting.
wide jump legs. Okay.
Okay.
So MG1 has to figure out something, and he has to figure it out fast. This is
Ooh, changing positive speed P.
the most dominant set we've had so far. By a significant.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
we're getting
absolutely.
the solar pillar switch here. Is Dower Head gonna change? No, we're getting the double Dower Head
Because
again.
while the previous set had a final score of 5-1, all the games were competitive. Only some of these games have been competitive. A few of them, Faffy just kind of went right through them.
Took over, yeah.
Yeah, like the first two games in particular, were absolutely
Yes.
brutal.
We are coming out swinging here already. Oh, God, okay, early down here.
Okay.
Faffy getting early down. Things,
This is a phase that should
MG1
favor
actually developing a
MG1.
lead here for the first game in the set.
yeah.
He's putting the solar pillar on the Dower Head, which is interesting because solar pillar does not have a good aerial shot, but the ground shot is
No,
great.
the aerial
It's great.
shot is the regular standard X air shot, which is not good.
Yeah, exactly.
The
So like the
travel
ground shot
speed's
is
not
really
good, and
good
the
at
blast is
contested
good.
air position.
Oh, and just trading snipers.
Oh, it is.
It's so
You're right. So Faffy is. It looks like it's a little. It might be this map that's causing the issue. Just how close range it is. Faffy doesn't have the range to play with. So it looks like it's playing a little bit more into MG's favor in that regard.
This is very competitive.
fairly even at the moment.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
much
just
a
like that,
trade
Fafi kind
difference here.
of pulled ahead a little
If he
bit.
takes the oh whoa, big damage here.
It's harder to circle camp when the circle's a lot shorter.
Absolutely. Right now, trying to avoid getting down here. Taking some good damage with that wave bomb. Splash coming out. A lot of don't come near me coming out of Fafi right now, making it very difficult for MG to even get in and get something started. Hoping to get something there with
this
the sniper.
looked pretty even not too long ago, but right now,
Fafi is starting to take it. The sniper
splash
is
build
not
is
panning
so
out. Yeah,
favored.
splash. If the sniper doesn't get a hit in, it doesn't do what it needs to do. I mean, sniper does big damage, and you need it to do big damage for it to pay off. And if you're just not able to land those shots, it's
then you
not gonna
eat the
end
end
up
lag
happening.
and get punished.
Mm-hmm. And right now, especially with that splash being able to do so much damage, it's rough. Okay, Fafi doing big damage. Goes for the charge there. Ooh, gets charged themselves. Big damage here.
The
Gets
dour
up in
head
time,
collision,
dodges
they get punished by getting shot in the back of the head, but he's still alive.
Oh, still alive. The needle, the charge coming in.
Oh, he's still
Looking back
alive.
for the sniper.
He's still
Oh my
alive.
god.
He
Oh my god.
Ah.
Oh, the splash takes out the dour head mid-flight.
No
Ouchies.
bueno. No bueno.
Big damage.
MG
big
won
damage.
with the frame 1 GG's post splash, but the set is not over because this is
No,
first to
the
seven.
the set's not over until it's over. Fafi is putting in
we're
some
currently
work
5-0,
right now,
it
though.
looks like.
That's what that is the numbers on the screen. We are at
All right.
5-0 in favor of Fafi. Rough, but hey.
Well, we'll see if MG1
you
can
can't
get
count
a
a good
turnaround.
man
We have
down.
not yet had
Yeah.
a wash yet. I really don't want to see washes. I want to see a competitive game. So hopefully MG1
Absolutely.
can turn it around at least a little bit.
Yeah. So what seems like happening here? MG gets started in fairly equal and even with Fafi, but Fafi's ends up being able to kind of.
That's not the
crash?
set, guys. Oh, MG thought that was the set.
Oh, no, that's not the set. This is the first to 7.
First to 7, dear MG. Yeah, it seems like Fafi is able, Fafi kind of plays the neutral game for a little bit with MG, but what ends up happening is MG gets sucked into Fafi's pace of game, and MG cannot recover at that point. It just gets the momentum shifts too hard in Fafi's favor, and it's really hard to get something started, especially using a more ranged build like the sniper dour head we were saying. It's so hard to get something started when you just can't get that shot off.
Yeah, honestly, like FBH is just so good at not interacting and just staying away from you. It's hard to feel like you're actually affecting the game state or interacting.
Yeah.
It's a very avoidant
MG1's joining
playstyle.
back.
Honestly, like
no worries.
it's kind of like for any Super Smash Brothers fans out there. Imagine playing Jigglypuff in Melee, but then making Jigglypuff as heavy as Bowser. And like it's that kind of like really campy defensive playstyle, but also with added a layer of unkillability. It's really rough.
Okay, KK,
So basically,
go ahead and fix sports for us, and then we can get started once again.
Basically, funky big head models are fat Jigglypuffs.
They are. They are
Yes.
literally fat Jigglypuffs. Like that before pre-patch when I was complaining to my friends about this custom Robo meta, and I was like, "Well, you guys have never played this game, but imagine if like you're playing a fighting game and the best character was like a fat balloon with a sniper rifle. Like, does that sound like fun?"
Oh, they're Wario.
MG player 1, Fafi player 2. All right, that's good. You can go and get it started.
All right, we're getting the match started up again.
Yep.
We are 5-0 in favor of Fafi right now.
Correct.
MG versus Fafi.
And I believe we
Round
were
number
on.
6.
To swap the Swift, yeah, I guess Funky Big Head is Wario, but even more defensive. I guess you could say Project
even
M
more
Wario.
floaty. Yeah. Oh, definitely Project M Wario.
Yeah.
Hopefully MG1 remembers the stage. We'll see.
You turned Rumble off? Are we even really playing now?
You pro Rumble players make me sick.
All right,
God.
we are going to the next stage here. What stage are we gonna be playing on?
I think MG1 is just gonna pick something off the counter pick list. That looks like what's happening.
I think so, yeah. It's I'll allow it
MG1
at
is
this
asking
point.
permission to go to Mary to Faffy's
Rumble, ew.
Faffy is if Faffy closes out this set, then he's definitely getting a very high debut on the list.
Yeah.
Because MG1 is on the cusp of PR top 5, and that's mainly the criteria of the list right now, so this is going to be big points.
Getting a halberd pick here from MG.
Oh.
MG going back to his
Wait,
roots.
no, chicken heart.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, a chicken heart with a shotgun. Okay.
Wait,
I
never
forgot he
seen
uses
I
this.
Okay,
have
this is
never
interesting.
seen this is
Using the
awesome.
short thrust legs, okay, versus the
This could work
tank
out.
head with homing
This could work
star.
out. Because
Tank head
shotgun
with
will
splash.
one hit down tank head.
And we are gonna get a secondary dower head. So chicken heart dower head versus double tank heads. Interesting. I'm very interested to see how this chicken heart plays out.
How do you guys think? How well do you think Chicken Heart can approach versus opponents?
Right now, I with chicken hearts.
I don't know. It
Oh,
seems
man.
hard.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a difficult thing to land, especially Chicken Heart's charge. I think is going to be really hard to use against the constantly floaty tank head. Let's see.
I'm not
Let's see
sure
what we
you can
got going
really
on.
hit the charge here, but it's pretty good for movement.
Yeah, I would use the charge sparingly until tank head's already down.
One thing about Chicken Heart though is that they do have a really high jump, which maybe that's what MG1 is doing.
Big damage
Your
here.
short
Double
thrust
down.
just limits your jump height.
Oh,
But-
never mind.
That will increase the startup of decrease the startup of his
Damage
dash,
there.
so you'll be able to access
Ooh,
it
that was a
more
nice
quickly.
pick.
That was a very nice.
But
pick
then
there.
he didn't get out. He didn't reset the neutral.
Okay, right now we're damage coming out. The double funky big head matchup is so cool to watch. I feel like I'm watching Gundam. All right,
Yeah,
Chicken Heart,
that's-
Chicken Heart back out again. Getting kind of low on health here. Another down here. Splash doing its job, keeping out the baddies. Man, there is just a level of air domination here from Faffy that is it's so oppressive. It is so hard for MG to get anything actually started. The
Yeah,
chicken
this
head
is
moving
ridiculous.
around, trying to use
Like-
that mobility the chicken head's got, but with the short thrust legs, there's not much going on
It's like
there.
in a moment it looks like they're trading evenly, and then you look at the actual hit point numbers. It's disgusting.
Way different. Oh,
different.
chicken heart
Here it comes.
so low right now. Dower head getting it down on tank head. Oh, good damage in there with the needle gun of the charge.
I do like the dower collision to punish the fall down.
Okay.
Oh, did I call him chicken head? I meant chicken heart. To be fair,
Honorary
chicken heart's
funky
not a
big
chicken head,
head.
okay?
Sketch. Everyone's seen that Chappelle sketch.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh.
Is that the end? It's not the end. Not quite yet.
Not quite the
This
end,
might
but
be the
it
last
is.
bit. Oh, it's the end.
Oh, there it is,
That's
right
the
there. Splash, closing it out.
All right. Well, we
Right
have
now, MG, it's 6-0 right now, right? We
yeah.
got one more
Yes,
match.
6-0.
Well, not necessarily one more match. We have game point here for Faffy. This
Can we
is
get some-
really. Go ahead.
Can we all get some like big ups and like let all put our energy together behind MG1 just to make it as not a sweep?
Yeah, guys, put
MG1,
your
yes,
arms in
please.
the air. Send MG your energy.
I'm sending MG my 9 energy.
I'm doing
like,
it right now.
I
I'm doing it
know
right
commentator bias, but I don't want to sweep here.
now. I got look.
Yeah,
I got a big
hardcore
head in real
commentator
life.
bias. We are rooting.
I'm sending my.
We're openly rooting for MG1.
Absolutely. And let's get this game going. MG's got to come out here, and MG's really got to figure out how to get in on Faffy's defensive play right now. Faffy is playing so clean right now with the constant motion, not staying down long enough for MG to really get anything. So MG's got to figure out how to get in there quick, and I think that's what MG was going for with Chicken Heart there, but it just didn't quite pan out. Maybe it was the map choice, or maybe it was just really good defensive play on Faffy's end, but MG's got to get something started here.
Yeah, exactly. Like Faffy is proven to be a remarkable player, incredibly patient, incredibly clean, impeccable defense. But Well, like,
MG's hovering.
I really
Swift
do
right
believe
now.
MG1 can pull something together.
Yeah, I would love to see a little Raider model come out right now.
That'd be interesting. I mean, Homing Star is pretty good against Little Raiders, and Splash.
Ooh, okay. We are getting a breaker. Okay, this is not a bad idea at all. That movement
We'll see how
that
this
comes
works out.
with the
Let's see.
yeah, this is going to be interesting.
I'm expecting like a left arc here. Left arc could be
He's
good.
using.
Ion.
Good choice.
Ion.
Very
Good choice.
Huh.
That's
We
not.
got
That's
an
one. Of,
ion
that's one of the
on the
things that's
breaker.
actually not the easiest thing for FBH to dodge is ions.
Going for the
So,
swallow
I
legs.
don't
Okay.
disagree.
So we have the breaker and the dower head versus the double tank head from Faffy.
At the very least, I'm expecting the breaker build to be really good against the Splash. We'll see how it fares against Homing Star. Homing Star is really high damage, and breaker has low defense.
All right, let's see how
We'll
this
see- we'll
breaker's
see how it
gonna
works
pay
out.
off. Okay, ion coming out. No damage down.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, a little.
Oh,
One grazed him,
good,
but didn't get a full confirm. Good
Okay,
defense
got a little bit of
by
damage
NG
coming
so
out.
far. Faffy's trying
Okay.
to get a feel for that punish time with the homing star. And he almost got it there, but the ion's down.
Oh, yeah, ions
Bit of a slow
are
start
doing
here.
their job.
the Ions
Oh,
are doing
very
their job.
close at the end of the dash there. Oh, good damage coming out from the Splash. Dower Head's going to do some good revenge damage. Ooh, yeah, charge. Not
Ooh.
punished to the extent it could have
That
been,
charge
though.
is an anti-air
Uh,
charge.
it-
Never use that when your opponent's on the ground.
We got some weird. I mean, MG1's got in the corner. That was some weird scrapping back there.
Yes, that was. All right, MG is trying to get something started here. Misses the needle there, and
MG1 is just
getting
like-
in close. Needle getting the damage that they're looking for. Double charge. No one's really come
Ooh,
down top.
nice
Right now,
needle to
things are
intercept.
fairly even. MG is doing a lot better this time. That breaker
nice
started
and
off the match in
careful.
a
That's what I
much
like to
different
see.
way.
I
Yeah,
actually
right.
would switch to. Okay.
Yeah,
I would if I'm MG1, I'm trying to force my matchups. I'm trying to force
agreed.
Needle
Breaker
versus
when the-
Yeah.
Needle versus Homing Star,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and
There we
Ion
go.
versus Slash.
there we go. Good damage coming out. Now, right now we are seeing what happens with MG is able to take things a little bit slower. Still getting tagged a bit by Faffy here, but not allowing Faffy to dictate the entire speed of the game is helping a lot. And I think
Ooh.
Breaker's long
Homing
dash
Star
time-
did 80 damage while he was down. That is so much.
Man,
freaking
oh
damage.
man, that's a lot of damage. Okay,
That's a lot of damage. Yeah, that's why I said that, like what I said about forcing matchups.
yeah.
But that was a
Just
nice
like that,
needle
Faffy's
stick.
back in the lead. Just hang back now.
Yeah,
right
Faffy
now,
has a
So
pretty.
this is going to be a tough
Come
go
on,
of it for
MG1.
MG1 to take this game
Yeah,
down.
that's
Twitch chat, we
what
need you. Big ups for MG1. We can do.
Yes.
We can do this.
That's what we see being
And
the
a bad
biggest
charge.
problem here. Oh, bad
Oh,
charge, but not
yeah,
punished.
That's going to be it. Oh,
Big damage. Oh, still alive
One
with
health.
1 HP.
Oh
1
no!
HP.
Oh, this is,
Oh,
this
it's
is-
so scary.
Okay, able to split over into the dower head. Still in a bit of a dire position, but not with 1 HP. so
Yeah,
that's
this
a little
is-
bit better.
He's got about
This is
100
this
health between both of them.
this is an
Oh,
uphill climb.
oh,
Something
no.
big's gonna have to happen very quickly.
That's it.
Otherwise,
Oh.
that is the game.
Huge,
Faffy with a dominating performance.
Brutality.
huge props. to
That
Faffy
double
Waffy.
tank head coming in so clutch. Very, very well played. From both
Excellently
from both
played
sides.
from Faffy.
Huge
Yeah,
ups
excellently
to
played from Faffy.
Huge,
Uh,
huge ups
MG
to
did
Faffy.
everything they could to try
100%.
and change and adapt to it, but it was just some masterful defensive play coming out from Faffy with the double tank head.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, like MG1 did a great job. Like very few players in the community would have done better than he did against that kind of defense.
Absolutely.
But man,
Yeah, the
Oh.
pod positioning, the bombs, the
Ooh.
constant peppering, it just made it very difficult.
Faffy with the heel turn. He said easy peasy.
Oh,
Ooh.
Faffy's playing.
DMing in the Twitch chat.
Oh man,
Oh,
Faffy's the
no.
heel of the
Oh, no.
community, eh?
Oh
He
no.
seems to want to be. Yes.
Okay. Well, one
Let
of
the
the
new
things
guy
that's gonna
flaunt a
happen.
little bit.
Yeah,
Let him
let
talk.
Faffy have their moment because who knows what will happen in the future.
Indeed.
Who knows?
Indeed.
Maybe Faffy Waffy. Maybe he's our Manny Ramirez. Maybe he's the guy who boasts because he is just that good. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I
Maybe
think
so.
he is. I think he really is that good.
He's pretty good.
But-
He's definitely pretty good. It's gonna be me and D Alt next. So
All right.
With that, I actually have to hop off the Twitch chat now because I've got
Gotcha.
places to
No
be in life.
worries.
But
We're gonna use
this was an awful
KKA's
lot of
room
fun.
still. D, I'm pretty sure you're watching stream. If you're listening, please go ahead and join KKA's current room. It's still up, I think.
Who's gonna be hopping in commentary when I'm gone?
I'm gonna try to get Goblin in here. Goblin, I
Alright,
know you're
Goblin,
watching
you've been
stream.
summoned.
Hop in commentary, please. Or unmute yourself in commentary.
All right. Well, have an excellent evening with the rest of the event.
Thank
I'll
you
catch
so
you all
much,
later.
and thanks for
And,
being an awesome commentator. Much
thanks
appreciated.
Thanks for coming in,
It's
Goblin.
been fun. And hey, Bananiel,
Yes, D,
please
go
come
ahead and
by and
host.
commentate anytime
Go
you
ahead and
want.
host.
Or if you want
Okay,
to
no
play
problem,
some of
KK.
us,
Thanks for playing.
Who knows?
Good
Maybe
games.
one of these days I'll hop in
Appreciate
and
it.
get my ass defeated.
We'd
yeah,
love to have you,
absolutely,
man.
please.
Absolutely.
That'll be a lot of fun. All right, catch y'all later.
Adios.
Okay, so it's just going to be me and D
Things.
in this room. Because that's all we need in there. So everyone else is going to be watching off the stream.
Perfect.
Alright, I'll comment off the stream then.
Actually, that way everybody's commentary will be in sync. So this will be the
Perfect.
most in sync commentary
Yeah, I'll
we've had
stay
so
on
far.
screen.
All right, I'm in, and we're default player 1 and player 2, so D can just get it started. Raise buffer to 8. That's good.
Monitor. Wait, what?
All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and hop off commentary. So I'm done with this set here. This set will also be first to 7. This is me, King Lord Beerus, rank number 8, versus D Alt, rank number 7.
Ooh, this is gonna be a good match. All right,
Alright,
we are
can you
getting
guys
into
hear me?
the. I can hear you loud and clear, Goblinoid.
Awesome.
All right, we are getting things picked out here. So, King Lord Beerus is player 1, yes?
Yeah,
All right.
that's gonna be interesting because he was our last tournament winner.
Oh, okay.
Beating Zach. So he's definitely been practicing. Pierce hasn't been playing as much, so we'll see if. But he is liking. I think he's got some new or just kind of modified chicken builds to try out, so we'll see.
Interesting.
We'll see
Okay,
how
so
they
we
go.
got Chicken Heart versus Chicken Heart and a Shrike versus a Halberd and a Buggy. Interesting. Okay, so it's gonna. It seems like D's gonna want to get in close and deal some damage, while Beerus is gonna try and play the spacing game. Oh, hey, we got a can bomb! Yeah.
Oh, it's down D.
No, I think Lord Beerus has it. Okay, here we go. So far, mid-range game being played. Oh wow, getting in real close with the Chicken Heart. Switching over to the Buggy.
Movement on.
Oh, big damage here with the Sniper. Shrike taking a little, not actually taking any damage there, just taking some, oh, big damage again from the Sniper. Oh, wow, another down here. Oh, that low defense, though, we're experiencing the pain of low defense. Oh, Sniper doing big damage. Now things looking fairly, oh, good charge there. Lots of damage coming out from Lord Beerus right now. Ooh, getting very hard to get things started here for D. D's doing their best, but right now having to switch back into the Shrike with only 70 HP left on Chicken Heart.
Beerus is chicken.
Oh, do I have it backwards? Is
I
Beerus second
think
player?
so.
Oh, okay.
Beerus plays chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is kind of. I don't know if I've seen that Hornet strike build out of Beerus before, and it didn't seem that effective, especially since Hornet has such a long end lag. Sniper will be able to
Yeah.
punish it, and
Okay,
Halberd
Beerus is player 2.
faster.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so D is player 1 and Beerus is player 2. Gotcha.
Yeah, D's got a filthy halberd splash. I love
Yeah,
seeing
that was a lot of pain. Yeah, so Beerus was not able to get in close like he wanted to, and that Sniper was keeping Beerus out something fierce. Definitely like the buggy. The buggy there was really really cool to see that play out and pay off. More importantly,
Yeah, he has been running Buggy Sniper for a while. You'll see he uses straight G because straight, like, Sniper has a lot of knockback if they're in the air, so knocking them back lets them make sure that they won't be able to retaliate during your gun and leg.
ah, okay. All right, we are getting into the second battle here of the set. Let's see if Beerus can play the aggressive game that he wants to play.
Does anyone remember what Beerus used to main before Chicken Heart? He wasn't always a Chicken Heart. I think like Metal Grappler.
Lots of big damage coming out already. Forced to switch into the Shrike. Shrike gonna be down here. Ooh, finding it really hard to get something started, which is very unfortunate. The Shrike Hornet build is very interesting. Getting a little bit of damage down. Ooh, getting slapped there. And switching over to Chicken Heart. Once again, oh, that charge is coming so clutch for D. Well, there you go. Getting a little bit of damage there with the needle. Switching over to the buggy, trying to get some aerial dominance to counteract this close range play that Beerus was able to get in. Ooh, good damage there from Beerus. Right now, really working at a decent deficit. It's going to make it a little hard to come back. Looks like trying to use those Hornets to just deal some safe long-range damage. It almost feels like the Shrike is being played like a... what are those models called that fly around? Yeah, a little. Yeah, kind of playing like a big head. Playing a keep-out game as opposed to the aggressive game. Ooh, very close range switches.
Okay, he got the sweet spot on it, but he did have to switch out after that. Good defensive play.
Yeah, very good defensive play. Okay, good. Things have evened up actually. Pretty. Actually, I'd say Beerus has a little bit of an advantage here right now.
Yeah, if he can just get kind of, he has Raining Arc and Phase, which is pretty hard to dodge consistently just because of how big the blasts are.
Ooh, whoa, great charge. All right, forced to switch into the Shrike. This is where I hope this pick doesn't end up coming back to bite Beerus in the butt, just because of Shrike's low defense. Charge there, not properly punished. Didn't land either, so no harm, no foul on either end. Down here on the Shrike, throwing out everything. Fire everything. That's the strategy here. Wave doing a good job of peppering some damage down onto the Shrike. Goes for the charge. Tried to get the sweet spot there on the Hornet gun. Switches back into Chicken Heart. Chicken Heart versus Buggy.
Kind of a hard matchup for Chicken Heart, actually.
Definitely. Buggy's just got such superior mobility. Ooh, big damage here on the Shrike. This is not looking good for Beerus. Looking to make trying to close the gap here. But elects against it, realizing the dangers that come. Oh, wow, and the bomb into the sniper is going to close out that round. Very well done, Beerus. Things they went a lot better mid-game that time. I think Beerus was able to kind of force a momentum shift there for a little bit, but in the end, ended up getting slapped a couple times with things that just did a little too much damage to be able to recover from. I think that the Chicken Heart going up against the Buggy, very hard to fight that.
Yeah, if I'm playing Beerus, I'm switching out that Shrike build. I don't think it's putting in enough work.
Okay, going in for a Breaker. It's funny. I felt like he was playing that Shrike like you would Breaker or Defender. So I think making that switch is actually really smart. This is gonna if D can use the Halberd to close the gap between Breaker after the dash, it's gonna spell some danger. But it's really gonna depend on how defensively and how well Beerus can play the defensive Breaker here. Chicken Heart versus Halberd first.
Buggy's sniper is good.
Breaker on Ion. Ooh, big damage coming out already. Chicken Heart coming out. Needle doing a little bit of damage. looking to get out of there, but isn't able to get out before taking some big damage there. All right, trying to pepper some damage down on Buggy. Once again, very tough matchup there, Buggy versus Chicken Heart. Using the ion gun to do a little bit of damage here onto the Buggy. Not much, but it's better than nothing. Right now, using that mobility to got it down onto the Buggy. Yeah, Ion's doing what Ion do. It's getting some damage down from a distance. Oh, good damage onto the Buggy right now. Able to retreat there. Ooh, gets caught against the wall. Needs to get out of there. If Halbert can close the distance, it's going to be big damage. It looks like stage hazards are coming in clutch right now. Big damage coming in. Ooh, Chicken Heart. The Chicken Heart switch, the needle, doing all kinds of work against the Buggy right now. See, now this is what we were looking for. In the prior matches, Buggy was able to maintain range and was able to sort of dictate the flow of the match. Right now, Beerus has been able to get in, which means there's some real damage being put down. All right, Halberd coming in to switch. The Strike Vanisher coming in clutch. Oh, Ion keeping the punishment at bay, but for how long? All right, able to retreat behind a wall, not getting down, which is a good sign. Throwing out some option coverage there with the Ion just to prevent getting closed in on. Chicken Heart switch here. Chicken Heart versus Buggy. Once again, rough matchup unless Chicken Heart can get in close. And, oh, good down there, having to switch into the Halberd. Big damage, big damage. Chicken Heart off the table for now. Breaker's got to do some work. We got it down here, switching back into the Buggy. Breaker firing out that Ion. Oh, this is close. This is close. Beerus can close this out. Ion going to go off, and the bomb is going to take it, taking down the Buggy. We have us a match, y'all. Beerus taking the win 2-1 in favor of D at the moment. Okay, see, that worked out a lot better. Now with that breaker and that was definitely, oh, that was a Burrow Bomb. Yeah, very much so coming in clutch. A very good fight there. Oh, we are getting a switch here. Chicken Heart is being switched out for, that's Harry's Robo, isn't it, from the base game? Yeah, the Glaive.
Glaive Sniper.
Glaive Sniper, interesting choice there.
Especially against Splash. I feel like Splash will punish that all day, but we'll have to see.
Okay. Also, I didn't even. Is that a mod or is that a base skin in the game for the Glaive?
Oh, that's a Metroid skin made
yeah.
by one of our community members a while ago.
That's pretty cool. I thought so. Okay, right now we have Breaker doing their job. Alright, Glaive is doing what Glaive do best. Teleporting around the map. Right, trying to... This map does not lend itself well for a ground-based sniper. Oh, but getting in a good shot there. Good damage coming down onto the Buggy. Oh, big damage coming out.
He brought it out for the LS.
Alright, Breaker going out for a little spin here, trying to create some space, deal some damage with the ion gun. Yeah, this is what we saw last time. Beerus really playing with positioning and catching D out with the ion gun.
Yeah, this LS.
Ooh, big damage coming out from the Buggy here. Put you back in the Breakers, throwing out the ion gun. Oh, more big damage. Buggy is catching everything right now. Oh, retreated into the corner of the Buggy, followed. Switching over to the Halberd now. Things are looking a little dicey here. Goes for the snipe, misses. The splash is going to punish, and the dash is going to take it. Very quick match time. Very aggressive gameplay from both sides.
It's a close one.
Yes, very close. Very, that was a very fast-paced game that time. Well, let's see if we're going to see a switch here. Switching from the Glaive. Back to the Chicken Heart. Looks like the Glaive was just a fun romp into something new.
Good flame. That'd be good versus
Okay.
Splash.
Flame, Crescent, P. Interesting,
Oh,
interesting.
Chicken feather! Let's go, baby.
Let's go, chicken. You gotta love the chicken hearts.
New build archetype. Chicken with feather legs. You gotta use it as a movement on it. Come on, let's see here. There it is. Look how high he goes when he uses it.
That's so cool.
Well,
Ooh,
built-in.
big damage from the getting slapped there for a second. Going back to the breaker with Ion. Ooh, able to get some good damage down onto that halberd. Having to switch into the buggy now. Man, buggy blinking around. Oh, good down there. Right now, the breaker Ion is really paying off. Okay, but able to be caught there, caught in the corner. Chicken Heart dealing big damage against halberd. Splash doing what it do best, dealing a bunch of damage from close range. Looks like Buggy's gonna get hit a bunch here. Chicken Heart's dash is actually working out here. Switching into Breaker. Gonna go back to playing the long game. Kind of caught in a corner right now. Not a good position for Breaker to be in. Buggy's right there, but gets the down, so it isn't actually punished for the landing there. Takes good damage. Chicken Heart with the flame gun. Ooh, getting the tackle in. Staying on Chicken Heart right now. Let's see if we'll switch. We saw the switch to Breaker. Going back to that long-range Ion. Option coverage. Getting slapped out of it. Okay, right now trying to play the long game with the Buggy. Taking big damage here. Oh, not switching out. It's going to give Beerus the W there. Looks like it's 3-2 now. That Ion is doing a really good job keeping out the aggressive plays that D's trying to make. Let's see how D is going to respond, if we're going to see a change at all. Oh, okay. Getting an aerial beauty here.
Yeah, D's been experimenting around with aerial beauty.
Milky Way with Rahu 1. Interesting, interesting.
High damage, but we'll see how much you can hit.
Yeah,
like,
it's fairly close range though, so I'm interested to see how that's gonna turn out.
Well, I guess against the chicken heart.
All right, we're seeing things started off already. Chicken Heart getting caught out. Ooh, getting peppered and then tackled. Breaker doing its Ion thing. Oh, gets cornered. This is not the position you want to be in if you're playing Breaker. All right, we have Chicken Heart coming in. Oh, gets okay. Oh, he's getting peppered by some damage. Able to get it down though.
Oh,
Into the full health Milky Way. Rahu doing damage. Breaker. There you go. This is what Breaker wants. Breaker wants. No, Breaker does not want that. Rahu doing huge damage.
let's go, Rahu 1.
Right, the Milky Way Rahu 1 doing really good.
Yeah, he's using that when we play casuals. It's not so bad. It's interesting because Rahu 1 build is generally not that good.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a hard gun to hit.
Oh, getting the tackle, having to switch out to Breaker. The Breaker is getting rushed down up against the wall in the corner. What do you do here if you are Beerus? What's the way out? What's the win condition here?
I guess, yeah, you see, you just gotta kind of keep doing that. He still has 200 health on.
Oh, well, he had 200 health. Exactly what you said needed to happen, which was creating distance, absolutely did not happen. Unfortunately, that last dash left Breaker in the corner, and the halberd was right there to dish out some damage upon landing.
Yeah, D's
Alright,
excited about that splash Rahu combo.
All right, that is going to be 4-2, 4-2 in favor of D at the moment. All right, gonna stick with the halberd Milky Way build. That Milky Way Rahu coming out very, very clutch. It looks like we're gonna see Shrike come in with the stun gun.
No, this is
I like that.
Popularized this was Project, and basically, because Shrike's charge is so good, you can kind of use your charge to get close to them or to dodge like a gunshot and then use stun, and stun just deals a ton of damage. But he is against the splash build, so it might not. So he probably has to just play his play build to beat splash.
Right now, it's looking like it's kind of getting. It's a little rough right now, but nothing too solid. Just good damage coming out. Switching into the strike with the stun gun, uses the charge to get in closer, gets knocked down before anything can happen. Rahu dealing big damage.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he got knocked back.
Oh no, Rahu doing more big damage. Both approaches snuffed completely by this Milky Way right now.
It's
Oh, there you go. Gets the lock, gets the stun gun going off. Okay. Now we're starting to see some of this. Okay, switching over to Chicken Heart, getting that flame gun. Oh, gets tackled. Big damage coming out. Poor Chicken Heart. Good. Or Splash doing a good amount of damage here. Rahu doing some really good damage. Using the Shrike's charge to approach, but isn't able to get anything going. 74 health. Are we going to see a switch? Okay, we see the switch here. Chicken Heart coming back out. This is an uphill climb right now. Nicely done with the flame gun. Good damage. It's really unfortunate the way the flame gun leaves the opponent because it's really hard to actually capitalize on it. Uses the charge to try and get in closer. Not able to get something going here. I think the Milky Way was a bit more of a hard matchup for the Shrike to actually get in on than I think Beerus expected. Oh, gets kicked in the head by the halberd to end the round. Yeah, that Milky Way kept that Shrike out so fierce that the Rahu was just way too much for the Shrike to be able to get in on, and it downed way too quickly. It pretty much snuffed any approach that the Shrike tried to actually use.
Yeah, it looks like the shot time, the time it takes to shoot all the rounds from Rahu one was long enough to kind of hit the end of strike charge and then knock it back into the other rounds.
All right. It looks like we're seeing pretty much the same thing.
It's on Zach, what? Talk about Star Shot.
Star Shot's going to be screwed probably. Okay. Switching over to the strike again. Oh,
that is Star Shot. We'll see how well it does, but it is kind of bad versus rush down.
Yeah. Oh, big damage coming out for the Chicken Heart. Okay, well, right now it seems to be doing exactly what Beerus wants it to do.
That's good with
Oh, yes. It's really keeping out Milky Way, which is really nice. Oh, force a switch into Chicken Heart. Good damage going out from Chicken Heart. Okay, this is a bit more. Ooh, good damage going out from Halberd. Okay, this is interesting. All right, Peregrine trying to create some distance right now. Very close, taking big damage. Oh, misses the dash. Able to switch into the Chicken Heart. The ground isn't over yet. Flame Gun doing what it does best, lighting its opponents on fire. Rahu doing a good job dealing out some damage against Chicken Heart. Switch back into Peregrine using the Star Shot, but you're cornered against Rahu 1, and that's going to be the round. Man, that Rahu 1 Milky Way is a really good combination.
Yeah, it's looking well for him. I'd say, there's two ways. There's a couple different ways to beat that. One would just be going sniper, and anytime he tries to shoot you, you just shoot him and instantly down him and overload it. And the other is to go metal grappler, because you can just dash straight at them, and when tank the Rahu 1, then down them.
Yeah,
and since you have high defense, you'll do well.
Here's to pick up Eagle on Chicken Heart.
It's a classic. Beerus. He loves using Eagle. Even though it's not quite the best one, it's a very interesting one, and one I definitely want to look at when I'm doing the guns.
Looking with a Star Shot and Peregrine. Oh, wow. Lots of damage coming down on Peregrine right now. I really like the Peregrine matchup into the Milky Way, but the Halberd definitely has its way with that. Oh, big damage coming down. Another down here. This Halberd is putting in work. I think it looks like D's realized that the Milky Way is weak to the Peregrine and just isn't bringing it out against them. Doesn't really have to. Right now we're seeing Strike Vanisher, Restrike Vanisher. Eagle floating in the sky, trying to get some damage down here. Switching back into the Peregrine, using this good damage going out from the Star Shot.
Yeah, the problem he's using two builds that don't have a direct fire in the air, and they're vulnerable to rushdown against, Elvis Splash, which is heavy rushdown.
Yeah.
Man, look at that.
Oh man, the
It's
Eagle,
just the,
he's trying to get some
combo.
kind of Eagle. So much damage coming down. Oh no. D still has a completely untouched spot. That is going. Yeah, Eagle did actually hit. I think that's a win in itself. And that is the
Good
game.
games.
7-2.
Good games.
Very good games.
I did not expect them to splash the entire time. That was a big surprise.
Definitely did what it was supposed. Yeah, the Halberd was splashing. Actually, the Milky Way with Rahu did a lot better than I thought it would. When you pulled out the Peregrine with Starshot, that was a really good counter to that.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like making the comeback anyway. That's why I went with Eagle. I just wanted to use it once. But yeah, good games to D. Good stuff.
Who's up next?
Yeah, next up is it's the first of 10, right?
Yes.
This is Zach versus Reality.
Ooh, and Zach is the number 1 player, you said?
Yes, Zach is the number 1 player.
Zach
Okay.
won the last final
Okay,
tournament.
let's go ahead and
Wait. Yeah, he won the last Flat Earth, which is the end of the year tournament, and he was top of PR last year.
Uh-huh.
So it's actually kind of interesting that, well, I guess when we seeded this, it's Reality versus Zach. But I guess we haven't seen Reality really play in a long
okay,
time.
I'm gonna go ahead and try hosting the room and see if that works okay, even though I'm streaming. If I'm off ports, I'll post the room code right now. We'll see how this goes, and this will be our main event here.
Yes, we are about to enter the main event, starring Zach, who is the number 1 player right now, and Reality, which I don't know much about Reality.
He's the number 4 player right now.
Number 4 player. Okay. It's gonna be a nice little fight, I think. There's a reason it's the main card, guys. We're just getting things set up here for the match, guys. Give us just a moment, and we will be underway.
Reality. No one else can equal the hype of Gatling in the track. Not King actually won. On his set.
Yeah, you guys have a little more experience with these players. What do you think we can expect from them in this match?
Reality uses a pretty good mix of things, but you can probably expect some kind of soul build. Zach is known primarily for using Buggy, but he's been using Splendor a lot recently too.
Interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of caboose pods coming from Reality. It's the only thing he uses.
Yes, that's something he's notorious for using. Is he's the only player, not only the only player to even try using caboose pods, but certainly the only player to make them good. No one else gets any kind of mileage out of caboose.
There's some
Reality,
innovative
go ahead
gameplay.
and well, let's just raise minimum buffer to 11 since he's already there. That'll be fine. Let me check ports. Okay, should be good to go. Please no crash. Nice. Okay. Here, let me up that to 12. Up my own buffer to like 20. I'm just gonna do 13. It is what it is. Okay. Good to go.
All right, we are getting things started here. We are seeing a buggy sniper build. All right, all right. Use the Grand Cross bomb, Cockroach G, and high jump.
Strike sniper. That's interesting because reality.
Strike
He's
sniper.
used LO before, but I know he likes glory sniper a lot. So strike sniper, I guess.
Oh, okay. We're
it's
seeing
not
double
out of
strike
left
here.
field, but if he is a strike star shot, he is. It's against Buggy. Oh, strike glider.
Interesting. Standard F caboose T wide jump, both with caboose T and wide jump. Then we have Buggy and Splendor. No, Buggy and Buggy. Okay, double Buggy versus double Shrike.
Oh, it's actually going javelin.
Oh, it's switching
That's
into the javelin there. Okay.
I haven't seen that in a while. Zach, I don't know if you listen to the stream, but I think patch 4.1 or 4.0 slightly increased the range of javelin shortage. So
Oh, I was not aware of this. Let's see it.
it's definitely not as long as halberd or anything. It's just like a slight increase.
Nor should it be. They're separate niches.
It also that shouldn't mean that slows
Is that
down.
Grand Cross? Of course it's that.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Grand
manual.
Cross.
See how he's having to manually aim the Grand Cross at a time?
Yes.
Because it's gonna hit him in the face. It automatically hits him if you use the auto tracking. He has to manually. That's one of the reasons we don't see a lot of the play.
That makes sense.
With a good
Oh wow.
strike.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa, big damage here with the stun gun. Oh my god, very big damage. Alright, Strike coming back though, dealing some damage of its own. Alright, so wait, which one is Zach? Is Zach player
That
one?
is player one.
Okay, so that
Yeah, he's got the
stun
lead
gun.
right now, for sure.
Vicious. Oh, stun gun, vicious!
Yes. Stun gun is probably one of the scariest guns in the game. Splash is not in play. Splash is in play. Stun is not very scary. Stun is not. Splash is not in play. So stun is.
I saw that Grand Cross hit. I now see what you're talking about. Ooh, good snipe there from the snipe bug.
And it hits hard. It's not something you can afford to hit yourself with very much.
Yeah. Aerial maneuverability.
Actually, I'd say
Work.
Zach's making good use of it, all things considered. It's really not ideal.
Seems like a tough bomb to work with, but it also seems really good. So what I'm seeing here is the bombs, the Grand Cross is being thrown out, and then he's trying to use the, I guess the space that it closes off to narrow a sniper shot down the center, which is pretty cool. All right, switching back over to the buggy.
Oh.
Took a lot of damage there, a lot of damage. Ooh, sniper doing what it's supposed to do finally, getting a big hit in. Ooh, good shot there, good shot. Oh, this is close. This is going to be close. This is going to come down to the wire, and the sniper shot will take it. Very good first round there. Very good first round. From both players, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. That ended up being pretty competitive towards the end, even though Zach kind of held his lead the entire time.
Yeah, see, one of the things we're going to experience here is the versatility that comes with having two different bots here. We have Buggy and Javelin, which has, they have different strengths, different weaknesses. With both of those being Shrikes, we're seeing the switch over to Soul now, which I think just switching to a different bot in general is a good choice. That way you have the versatility that each of them provides. Now you're not going to have...
what Zach's doing with that Javelin build. He's actually running a shell that has been experimented with, but no one's really kind of taken it anywhere, is Strike Vanisher with Acro and Wide Jump Legs. And he's also enhanced it with Trio Pods, which are excellent for pod dashing, so yeah, we'll see how that works. That's going to be some interesting movement options he has access to.
Okay, right now, trying not to get cornered here with the buggy, trying to make sure to stay immobile. Oh, wow, great sniper shot there. I didn't think that was going to hit. That was awesome. Oh, another really good sniper shot.
Alright, well played by Reality so far.
Oh, wow,
He's
big
managing to stay in the
damage.
lead. Oh,
Big
excellent.
damage.
Excellent plays by Reality.
Great dash to escape the pod right there, going directly into that charge. Oh, switching back over to the Soul now. Let's see how the Soul plays out. Is Soul Sniper, right? Oh no, Flame Gun, okay.
Oh, the
Big damage from the
he
buggy
did
sniper.
spam it.
Okay, I'm kind of liking this aerial beauty answer to the buggy. Ooh, gets
it's
down
going well.
by
This
the-
is probably the best adaptation we've seen all day.
Yeah, it's a fairly even match at the moment.
Very even.
Ooh, that down that was a pretty powerful down. Looks like
They're like 100
Exactly.
that
Tiny lead.
bomb's got a
that just
very
almost
long
took
lingering
back out, really.
hitbox.
Exactly. Oh, nope, that closed out the lead. That's
Oh,
Reality's lead.
big
now,
damage.
I think.
Yes. Alright, now let's see how Reality uses this move. Right now that Halberd wants to get in close and wants to do some zappies, but not going to be an easy thing to do against a Soul with a flame gun.
It's a lot more doable than Splash because Flame does have in lag, so if he whiffs Flame,
True, yeah,
Uh,
you're able to.
when Javelin's too close, he will get punished. Whereas Splash, that's kind of
Big-
that's never gonna happen. You have to abuse walls.
Yeah.
To penetrate this stuff. That's Splash. Good sniper.
Hey, oh, good hit. Great down there.
See,
Once again,
they
kind
both
of-
dodged the sniper well.
Yeah, very even once again. Great dodge there. Okay, back into the Milky Way. You're gonna use that flame gun. Gets tagged with the sniper rifle. Big damage coming out. Things not looking good right now. Stay behind that wall there. Use that. Reposition,
Oh, Grand
get
Cross
get
landed
back to
there.
the neutral
Oh.
here. Ooh.
Grand Cross actually helped at the end there. That was nice.
Oh, big damage
Big
to close it
damage.
out there with the sniper.
Oh, hey,
Right,
what's
that
up,
is
Akashik? Glad you dropped by. Man, we have not dropped below 15 viewers in a while. This is an excellent stream. These are giant numbers for our community.
Okay, looks like we're gonna see a bomb switch here. We'll
Oh, and
switch
he switched to
cockroach
Umbrella
G-pods.
on the Javelin. I wonder what his reason
Interesting.
behind that was.
Night.
Alright, so far we're getting some good trades here.
Slight lead for
That's limit.
Reality right now.
Yeah,
Actually,
Reality's trying to
pretty
get
decent
some-
lead for Reality right now, actually.
Oh, hey, good damage there with the good hit there with the flame gun, getting it down.
Okay, he's playing the Flame very well, but he's got to be careful. In my opinion, Sniper is a favorable matchup against Flame, so he's got to.
Yeah, I
but
could definitely see that.
he's got to. As long as he's careful not to go first, it's honestly not too bad.
Although so far, untouched.
Yes, the Flame Saw has been doing well. That was a bad stun at this point.
Ooh. Good damage, good damage. Wow, the coverage here, covering those approaching options that the Halberd's taking, very, very well done. Right now, a dominant performance here from the, getting the stun and big damage coming out. Very big damage.
Oh man, he's
That's the
making all
danger.
this damage up right now.
Oh, yep.
That's done.
If the Halberd can get in close, it spells certain doom for the poor soul. We are back to this neutral matchup, the Shrike versus the Buggy. Ooh, good snipe there. Big damage coming down on the Buggy. Forced to switch back into the Halberd. Ooh, another big hit with the sniper. These are the hits that Reality needs. Grand Cross actually doing some work there. Stopping the aerial approach. I can definitely... Oh, big damage. Having to switch back into the Halberd. Tries to get the stun gun there on the retreat. Not able to actually capitalize on it entirely, though. Damage coming down. The Flame Gun Soul is doing really good, keeping out...
Yeah, he's doing the correct thing, which is don't worry too much about rushing down at this point. You have a good health lead. Just let Zach force the pressure. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts.
The Grand Cross is doing what it needs to do.
The health differentials are a lot closer
anti-air.
now.
Oh yeah, it's
Very
way
easy for
closer.
Zach
Oh,
to
good
make
damage
up-
there on
to
the
make up
Buggy.
in 15 seconds. It's not impossible for him to steal this. Oh, good shot. Good shit. Good shit.
Oh,
dodged
good
that.
shot. Good shot. Reality. Now we got ourselves a
That was a good
match.
shot.
So that Caboose T coming in. Doing
Excellent
well.
combo off the T-Blast, yes.
All right, so it's 2-1 in favor of Zach, but reality showing that there is life.
Faffy said, man, Zach sucks at using the Javelin builds. He keeps hitting himself with his own bomb. Oh, that's... The joke is that he's using Acrobat on that. That's hilarious.
Zach is asking. I don't know. Would anyone else be a better
This is the
host?
best joke of the day for sure. Alright, gonna step out for just a second to get another water. We are 2-1 right now, I believe.
Yeah, 2-1 in favor of Zach.
Man, still got even the main event. Still got a long climb. This is gonna be a long set.
Oh yeah, it's a first to 10, y'all. It's a first to 10.
First to 10. The
And
first.
Give up the,
Based-
The
Based
first
on that adaptation we just saw from reality, I don't think it's going to be a total wash,
no,
guys.
we have a set. This might be the first official first and 10 in custom Robo history. This is some history being made right now.
Oh my god. This is some good-ass custom Robo.
I think Pickass did fought me in the first attempt. Me to buff chicken.
Yeah, that Soul Flame gonna stick around. The Soul Flame did a lot of very good work last round. Very good work. That was a great switch. Alright, so what do we have going on here? Buggy and the Halberd again, but we're gonna switch out the legs for ground. Keeping the Wave Pod, Stun Gun, Acrobat Bomb. Goody, 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 goody. Alright, we're getting into the next match, y'all. Let's see if that Soul's ability to keep out to the Halberd will come in clutch again. Really liking the positioning of the Grand Cross. I think it's a very it's very good, especially in regards to keeping out Soul and the Shrike. It's been a very good option coverage tool. Got a little damage there. Oh, good snipe. Not gonna actually get it down, but
Ooh,
gonna
good
deal
shot.
some very sizable damage.
Another good snipe hit.
And switching over to the Flame Gun Soul. See, something to realize here, because the Buggy has the sniper rifle here, Soul has to use pods and bombs to actually deliver damage and to create openings, because the Flame Gun just cannot deal with the range of the sniper. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, using those pods and bombs to set something up, dealing a little extra damage with the Flame Gun. Switching over to the Halberd. Oh, gets in close, gets the stun. Close and himself up. Using the
yes,
acrobat
actually,
bomb.
this is a first attempt at, I think the first official one we've ever done. So
Oh my god, huge damage coming out here. Halberd able to
that's gonna
close
be it.
that gap.
That's gonna. Oh, almost
Oh,
tagged
lives!
out, but mistimed
Oh,
it
no,
and
never
got down
mind.
cancel.
Not enough time. Wow. That's when Halberd gets in close, it is the end times. You gotta be careful about that. I think maybe Reality stayed in Shrike for a little too long. Should have switched over to that Soul and gone back to that range play that we saw earlier. But very commanding performance there from Zach. Halberd got in and did exactly
Yes,
what Halberd wanted.
Definitely stole the momentum back. We're at 3-1 now, I believe.
Oh. Wait.
It switched. Oh, this is dangerous. He changed the health, which is technically allowed. The total just has to be 1,400 or less.
Oh, you can
I
do
think
that,
he
really?
loaded too much.
Yeah, we do
that's
allow 900,
interesting.
500, and 1,300.
Interesting. I didn't know that. That's very cool. Okay, so it looks like Soul has more HP now. So we're probably gonna see Shrike used a little less.
Now I don't love it when people utilize the 900, 500 rule, but if you do it, he is using it correctly. Use the 500 on a Robo that can't really afford to get hit anyway. That way it's not really
Yeah.
a big loss, because Little Raider's gonna against something like stun, it's gonna be dead 2 trades anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Right, switching back over
not
to
a
the
whole
Shrike
lot
now.
lost here. Just has to be extra careful.
Man, the approach options are being covered so well by Buggy right now, making it so hard for the Shrike to actually get something started.
Absolutely.
Especially Shrike with the sniper rifle, it's even harder because there's so much end lag on the shot.
When it's Little Raider sniper versus Buggy sniper, because Buggy's down is so much higher, he essentially has to super outplay him in those trades.
Oh no! Okay, good. Able to get the switch in time. That could have been very bad. Yes, Slap. So apparently something they allow is you can basically divvy up the health in different ways. You guys, you allow basically there's a set amount of health you can choose from, and then you can divvy up it amongst the bots.
Correct. Default
So the total
health
health
setting
is the
is 700, 700, but we do allow you to put 900 on one Robo and 500 on the other. And we also allow 1,000 on one Robo and 300 on the other. But 1,300 is especially ill-advised because you're losing 100 health.
Yeah.
Straight up. Whereas 900, 500, you're just giving it.
Just redistributing health. All right, back into the Shrike here. 150 health on deck. It's not going to take much to put the Shrike down. So
No.
this is a dangerous
one clean
game.
hit will kill that strike, no doubt. And that's going to do it. One more sniper should kill it.
Ooh.
Oh, he waited too long. Gave
Oh,
another.
good. Gets a rebirth. Are we going to see the switch here, or? Oh.
Okay, he's still in
Switches
it,
into
but
the
that
soul,
flame
gets hit
build
by the
actually
Grand
has
Cross
a lot
immediately.
of work to do. And
Yeah, and right now,
Second.
just getting outranged by this Buggy. Oh, good. Able to get it on the Buggy, get some damage in.
Okay.
Soul. Just not quite close enough for the stun gun to go off. Flame gun doing its job, keeping Halberd at bay.
getting close now.
Halberd switches over to Buggy. Buggy misses the snipe shot, but no punishment there. Hard for Soul to punish with the flame gun because there's not much range
I
going
disagree
on.
with that tag, but we'll see how. Oh, 7. 7 health.
Oh, this is bad. This is very bad.
Oh,
I
and
think
the
it's
jumping
one-
G kills him.
Oh no! You hate to see it. That Shrike switch ended up biting reality in the butt. I guess you could say they weren't prepared for the reality of the situation.
And that makes 4-1 now. So Zach is well in the lead
Zach
at this
is-
point.
Thank you, D. I appreciate it. Okay, yeah.
Oh, no,
this,
what happened?
oh, I just made a pun.
Oh,
I
missed
caught
it.
it. I don't know if my mic picked up me laughing.
Thank you.
Okay, so switching to Sega. What goes he using there? Left arc.
Okay, looks like we're fixing the HP, going back to
back
a.
to 700, 700. His,
so we have Seeker and Soul. Sticking with that Soul Flame build, this is dangerous because at this point, I'm fairly certain Zach understands what Reality's game plan is with the Soul Flame gun. And Zach has done pretty good in regards to adapting to that and punishing it. Although the Seeker here might be doing good, taking big damage from the Sniper. Grand Cross, I love Zach's use of Grand Cross. It's such a good zoning tool. Oh, big damage there for the Sniper, switching into the Flame Gun Soul. Oh, able to get some damage down on the buggy, switching out for the Javelin. Let's see. Right now, the Flame Soul doing a great job of keeping Javelin out, which is exactly what Flame Soul's job is here. As long as Javelin can't get close and get those stuns off, we are going to have a good time. Reality's gonna have a good time. Oh, good damage there. Oh, big snipe. Lots of damage coming out from the buggy.
I don't think Reality is dash loves Seeker.
That's true, actually. I don't think I've seen that.
I mean, it's hard to play it versus Sniper and even Grand Cross is kind of a problem.
The ending lag. I mean, you can pretty much figure out exactly where they're going to end up and then just set up some damaging traps there for them. Flame Gun Soul, once again, coming in very clutch here, doing a lot of work. Ooh, gets sniped, shot out of the air. Switching over to Seeker. Ooh, okay, good damage there. Hey, we got our first dash, y'all. Oh, and good damage and the down.
A little bit
It worked.
It worked, yeah, a little bit of lag. Oh, the stun gun. Oh, he's not quite close enough. The flame gun does what it needs to and gets him, says, get off me. Stun gun. Oh, closing the gap. Okay. Oh, stun gun doing massive damage. We're gonna see a switch here. No, stays on this Flame Soul. Stays on the ground too.
Fairly close, so 21 game. Decent amount of time left.
This is we just need a couple of trades here, and that's really gonna that's gonna decide what happens. Right now, it's sticking with the Javelin here. Definitely doesn't want to go into the buggy. I don't think Zach's confident in the Sniper's ability to close things out right now. But no, takes the switch. Seeker versus buggy. Oh, big snipe shot. Seeker getting caught out of the air against the wall there with the dash. And the Sniper's gonna close it out. It was unfortunate that Soul took so much damage in those Javelin exchanges, because I think the Soul versus buggy matchup would have gone way different.
These are.
I think the Snipe was able to punish
here,
the ending. Like, yeah, definitely. But Zach is the #1 player for a reason.
It's actually.
So you know.
It's been a consistent trend through all the matches where you kind of have a player where. Actually, this one's kind of different because Zach is also a very experienced player as well. But what you're seeing here is the overall skill level is actually very close, but because Zach plays a little more frequently than Reality does, when it comes down to the wire, he tends to close it out more often than Reality does. And I think that's what we're seeing here, because all the matches have been close. They've all come down to the wire pretty much.
Absolutely.
But Zach is just that little bit at the end. He scrapes it out better than Reality does.
I think Reality's salvation would be if he went a little tankier with his first build, the one that's mainly fighting the Sniper buggy.
Yeah.
Like he was using Strike Sniper and it's working pretty well, but like if he does run Glory Sniper, and that might have worked even better. Oh, is it Buggy stuck?
Good
Oh, Buggy Ion.
Oh man, this close range map is not good with the Ion, but it will help the Flame Gun out here. We got Javelin and Soul squaring off right now. I'm really loving this Javelin stun gun build. Gets it down though. Okay, things are fairly even at the moment. Oh, good. Pulling ahead a little bit here. Reality is that flame gun coming in clutch. Oh, but the stun gun instantly shifts things back to a relatively even matchup. That's the thing. Yeah, all the damage in the world doesn't really matter if that stun gun is able to get in there and do its job. It just does so much damage. That's the trade-off, though. You end up getting peppered a lot with keep out tools and like that flame gun. But once you get in, if you can get in, you can do a lot of damage. All right, forced to switch off to the buggy here. I'm gonna use that ion to hopefully lay down some damage from afar.
Pretty good game for reality so far. Got a nice lead.
Yeah, the flame gun soul is doing a lot of work.
Good charge. Good charge.
Is that
Ooh,
the
great.
Yes, for me, it's an emulator.
He is using Caboose X. Fappy called.
Yeah, I like that.
Ooh, good damage here for the flame. All right, switching into the buggy. Gonna use that ion. God, this is kind of hype, yo. All right, ion doing a good job keeping the seeker out.
Ooh, good switch.
That's not a seeker. That's a. Is that another? Wait, are we seeing double aerial beauty here?
Yeah, it's double soul.
Oh, double soul. Interesting.
That's a good choice. Ooh, just dodged that crescent P. Man, the lag is. Ooh,
The lag is
starting to affect
huge.
gameplay a little bit.
Alright, there we go. Looks like we're back on a decent enough connection. Okay, Buggy taking a little bit of damage. We are at the point where one good knockdown could spell doom for either player.
Ooh, that almost.
Oh,
That was almost. That's it. Oh,
that
man.
was almost so bad. And yeah, switching into the javelin once
Yeah,
that
see,
stun gun gets
Babby
in
doesn't like me
close.
saying it, but this is what I'm talking about. Despite the overall score, these games are close. That was very much both down to 100 health for each Robo. Very last second, came down to one trade. Yeah, I already have the buffer up to 14, I think. I can't really raise it any higher. It's just gonna lag if it's gonna lag.
Man, that javelin with the okay, switching over to the homing star here.
Player 1 got too cocky. You mean player 2? Player 1 won that
Yeah.
game.
All right, so we're seeing double javelin going up against. That is an interesting choice, but using the homing star.
He's
so...
just mad because he wanted to fight Zach. That's why he's mad.
Honestly, I'd like to see some exhibition.
There'll
we're
be
getting
more.
back
There'll
into
be
this.
more matchups. Actually,
We are
Fappy
seeing
versus
double
Zach
javelin.
Fappy's probably the next opponent for Zach. I shouldn't reward him for trash talking, but yeah, after that performance, he's probably next in line for Zach.
If he's good enough and he can give Zach a good fight, why not? All right, we are seeing.
Well, the rest of the top 5 doesn't have great availability right now.
Yeah.
Our top 5, so Fappy just beating player 6 super dominantly definitely puts him in line.
It'll be interesting. Maybe one of two things are gonna happen.
Oh no,
We're
not
gonna
today,
see.
not today. Like the next Tierlist battle.
Yeah.
It'll probably be main eventing versus Zach if Zach plays. I'd like to get Goblinoid in one of these, even though Goblinoid's matches are going to be cruel for the first few rounds. Because Goblinoid, he's the 2019 Custom Robo champion. He has insisted that he's put at the bottom of the list so he can work his way up front. So.
Hey, that's
some
cool.
poor guy
I respect it.
Gonna have to fight Goblinoid and be super discouraged because they don't know he's the champion, former champion.
Oh man, right now the soul is taking some massive damage. Things are not looking good right now. This double javelin is paying off in massive dividends.
Yes.
Oh, stun gun! Oy, 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 oy. It's such a good approach tool, combined with the strike vanisher dash. Oh, good damage here. Oh, stun gun doing what stun gun do best, a bunch of damage. Yeah, you know what? I'll be honest. I wasn't 100% confident in the homing star javelin build, but seeing it in action now, I kind of understand what the goal here was.
I was surprised by that because he has a homing star Splendor build that he's been using quite a lot lately. I don't know why he's not using it.
Wow, homing star doing
Good win.
duck season, rabbit season, duck
Left right
season.
arc only
fire.
beats long range builds. Yeah, left right arc is a counter to.
Yeah,
spammy
they
long
all
range
hit.
builds
That was a very clean homing star right there.
Yes, that was in fact a sweet spot. All 5 last hit. That puts us at 6-1. Okay. Reality putting up a good fight so far, but Zach has closed out the vast majority of the games here. Correct. Homing Star has 2 sweet spots. And yes, Homing Star is high in lag, so you definitely risk being able to take a punch.
Into the match here. Things starting off. Oh wow, homing star already doing good work.
Absolutely.
And we got homing star on one of the souls now. I kind of like this. That play.
Soul has the tools to dodge Homing Star if the player has enough control over their movement, but it's not exactly something you can
I
dismiss.
don't like this flame gun versus homing star matchup right now. I don't
not
feel like it
even-
favors the
no,
flame
he
gun
should-
soul.
he needs to
Yeah.
switch off the flame. It was doing work in earlier games, but Zach has slowly started to counterpick it.
Yeah,
so.
Zach figured it out. That's basically what we saw it happening in some of the earlier matches where the flame gun was actually super dominant in keeping the stun gun javelin out. But as soon as there was something that could outrange that, it became nigh impossible for it to actually hit and work.
Well, I mean, he is still using stun gun.
He is.
So it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, the flame will alleviate the stun matchup some, but I would honestly switch to the splash build.
Yeah. Something that doesn't lock you in place.
Because
Exactly. Yeah.
flame,
That's
it is a stun counter, but it's not like a super
not
effective
the
stun
best
counter.
stun counter
Yeah.
necessarily. Yeah.
Yeah, if flame misses, stun can definitely still win the trade.
Back to the soul with the homing star here. Homing star versus homing star. Who uses it better? Oh, the stun gun switch. Oh, a great switch to dodge the dash there. Okay, lots of good damage coming out. Doing what flame gun do.
Splash 100% wall death stun. Yes. The only times I've ever won the stun versus splash trade is with wall abuse. You're like right up against the wall, and they're right up against the wall. They're splashing against the wall, trying to have one reach around and catch you. You can kind of sneak your way through barely sometimes. It's not. It's really not.
It's not
something
looking
you
good.
can
36
do
health, but we got it
completely.
down here. Okay, health is
Yeah,
fairly
it's,
low.
Okay, Zach switched out. That's good, but the other build's bleeding pretty hard. So if reality stays, just like that.
Oh, yep, there it goes. Another
Dagger
closer
again.
that time.
Yeah,
closer
that's
that
one
time.
thing you can do, Faffy, is if you're getting punished with splash, you can tag into stun and give them the punish. But again, why do that when you could just do that with splash, not be at a ridiculous disadvantage?
Exactly.
Okay, and I believe that's 7-1 now.
Yes.
Okay. So if this is a first to 7, Zach already won.
Yes. But this is the first to 10, so it's not over
No,
yet.
It is not over yet. Zach
Oh,
still needs
seeing a
3 more
metal
games.
bear come out with a sniper? Okay. I'm a little sad to see the stun gun go, but it's okay. We're seeing Metal 8 come out with Rahu 1. Interesting choice. Alright, so Javelin Homing Star, Metal Bear Sniper. Very interesting. Versus a Metal Ape with Rahu 1. I'm very interested to see how the Metal Ape Rahu 1 goes. I've pretty much only seen Rahu 1 on builds that are, you know, keep away builds. So I'm interested to see how this pans out. Also on Merry-Go-Round, which is a cool looking stage. Getting blocked by the carriage there. Homing start, covering some damage.
Rahu here. Okay, so far the Rahu has not been a good swap.
No, it has not. Not against the homing start.
That's working on a perfect right now. So
We really like that. I mean, the idea maybe was kind of cool, but it's just not able to keep up with the homing star. Hey, good damage. Perfect negated. That's a victory in itself.
yeah, we've
Reality
seen a
is
lot
trying
of.
to get something
We've actually
started
seen
here.
a good amount of Ragu ones down there, but not a whole lot of success with it. I guess B had the most success at everybody, but that was mainly piggybacking off of the Halberd Splash.
Yeah. Oh, big sniper shot. Or, no, that wasn't a sniper. That was
Yeah,
that's
he
a
brought
sniper.
one. Was sure. Oh, he picked an enemy as well. Big damage.
Oh, the metal matchup.
Hey, Rahu 1 doing some damage. That's good to see. Back to the Flame Gun Soul. Trying to get a little damage down here on the Javelin, who just got a lot of damage themselves. But Homing Star putting in real good work, zoning out this. Oh, big damage there.
Oh man, and it's starting to get in some damage here. Okay.
Okay. Switching over to middle. Or is that middle?
And
Metal barrel.
Zach now has to stay on Strike Vanisher. He can't switch over. He's risking getting one shot.
Far too low, yeah. Yeah, but right now it doesn't matter because that last shot's gonna do the soul in.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
the,
9-1. We miscounted.
Oh shit, you're right.
We are at set point.
We are at set point here. Zach can close things out.
Thankfully, Reality already got a game, so it's not a wash either way. But
Still, it's a very
very dominant. Very dominant.
But yeah, there is no shame in losing to someone who's really good.
No, not at all. Actually, Reality put up a very good fight earlier.
Very good
It's still
fight.
not even over. He might come back. You never
Not at
know.
all.
But earlier
Right.
on, the games were very, very close. It was only within
Use
these
the
past 3 or
knuckle
4
gun.
that Zach has really started to take over.
All right, we got Shrike with Glider. That soul sticking with the Soul Flame. I don't.
A lot of commitment to it. It's a legitimate meta build, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure
it's a good. I don't know if it's necessarily working in
Yeah,
this
I'm
matchup.
not sure if the matchup is doing him any favors at this point. Okay, Little Raider. That's gonna help him dodge homing star.
Yes, that's gonna be good. That ground movement's gonna be really nice. Glider trying to get something started with Glider here, dodging homing star. Already taking a lot of damage. Switching over to Flame Gun Soul. Oh, sniped!
Already
good
not a good
shot.
start here. Oh, we got that trade though. Nice.
Good damage. Good damage here. There we go. So that's the flame gun keep out damage we were looking for. That's what Reality's game plan has been. Getting this to work. If this works,
he's beat up
it
the bear
works.
pretty good. So he's gonna force him to.
Bear's
stick
probably
with
gonna have to
the,
switch out. Yeah.
javelin.
So
And already
switch
he
to
kind
the
of can't.
javelin.
Bear's stuck.
Yeah, although to be fair, right now Javelin is definitely doing its job and taking care of business. Yeah, the performance on Javelin Zach's had so far has been really good.
There. Oh, that didn't land. That's
Oh
odd.
wow!
That last round.
Switching back into the
Ooh.
Shrike and use that glider. Oh, homing star, big
Like
damage.
that.
Oh, big damage.
Yeah, he's got to get strike out.
If Shrike stays in, it's over.
Okay, you got him out. We're still in the
Woo!
game.
My goodness,
But
let's
this
say 20
heavily
health.
favors
Oh my
Zach
God.
right now.
Yeah, this
No, he
is going to be
can't.
very difficult.
Metal Bear.
At least he has muted Metal Bear coming out. Alright, let's see if Zach can close out the round here. So far, it looks like the the long game here is actually kind of working out a little bit for Reality. Able to use those zoning tools that Soul
I'm rooting
has
for him.
to.
I would like to see him at least get one more.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Ooh, good shot.
Oh, switching
Oh,
into the 12
That's
HP.
it.
That's the game.
Goodness.
My goodness, what a game though! What a game! What a set!
Yeah, that was a good set, despite the
It was a
final
very good
score.
set.
Despite the final score,
Zach
yes.
showing exactly why they're ranked #1 right now. Although Reality, a very excellent effort.
Yeah, absolutely.
I applaud your commitment to the flamethrower, Soul. When it worked quite well actually.
It's worth noting that these are both top 5 players. It's just, I guess,
Yeah.
Zach's current skill set versus the rest of the top 5 it's a significant gap right now. So I guess we all got a lot of work to do. All right. That's going to be the end of our event. We had a nice, good 3.5-hour stream. We got a whole bunch of matches in. Thanks to everybody who played. Thanks to Rig Jason, Not King, Quantum Realm, KKA, Faffy, MG1,
King Lord Beerus.
myself, D Alt, Zach, Reality, all my commentators, Goblinoid, Bananiel, Money for Nothing, everyone who dropped by, who's subbed today, everybody who watched the stream, or excuse me, not subbed, followed me. Anyone who tuned in and supported, I appreciate you greatly. This was, in my opinion, a very successful event. I can't wait to do it again. Okay, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Catch y'all next time.